Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to serve some cocktails and solve some crimes today. Let's do it. Mature mating, references depicting topics such as murder, trauma, substance abuse. Player discretion is advised.
Bakovia used to be a star among cities. Historic, wealthy, and bustling with new businesses. That star's been dying for a while. Crime's on the rise, and with war brewing and the government tightening their grip, it's no surprise we're restless. Police might be keeping people safe, but there's only so much we can do about the seedy underbelly. With a prohibition, lawbreakers, criminals, and your everyday civilians are all forced into the same watering holes. Usually, it'd be my job to bust this place. But, maybe we can help one another. This place is more useful open. Especially when I have someone a lot more dangerous to catch than a few drunks. Ah, it looks like your first customers are arriving. Let's see if you can loosen their tongues. I'll be waiting, bartender. Don't let me down.
I mean, I'll try. But I make no promises. I mean, I was going to say that looks like a bookshop, not a bar, but obviously we're a speakeasy, right? Because prohibition and such like. Oh, there we go. Settings! Yes. Music, let's turn you down a tad. Let me know about the sound levels. Can we up the text size a little bit? For you guys. Mini game chaser speed. What? Okay, cool. Let's go. Raining. Oh, she fell over. Oh, she dead. Sad times. The last drop. Case 0. You're in a bad mood. Okay. Oh my good God. How intoxicated they are. How much they like me. Oh my word. The hazy overhead lights in your speakeasy buzz to life as the bookshop above you closes for the day. Am I Vincent Floor or is he Vincent Floor? Oh my word. This is going to be complicated. The bookshop owner and your landlord, Vincent Floor, takes a seat at the bar and begins mumbling to himself. Okay, so he's landlord. I like that painting. It's like Girl with the Pale Earring, but 1920s. What a day. Siren literature is providence bound in leather, but to my customers, my books may as well be doorstopped. Oh, excuse me. Oh, God, I've got to make small talk like a Bart. Oh, everything all right, Mr. Floor? Clearly not. Ah, okay, so he likes me more. because of that. Okay, good. If I ordered a cart of fools and received just one of my customers, I would have gotten my money's worth. We both know why I'm here. I need a drink, so dazzle me. What would you like? This evening, a properly mixed Eastern Ruby should hit the spots. Some days your customers will be in a bad mood. This can be caused by serving them a ruined drink or by choosing dialogues that upset or anger them. When a customer is in a bad mood, it's shown in the bottom left. Serving a customer their favourite drink will lift their spirits. Press the serve button to start making Vincent a drink. Customers will avoid discussing unpleasant topics when in a bad mood. You'll have to curate before you can interrogate them. As you get to know your clients better, make sure to learn what their favourite drink is. You can always ask them what they like. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Vincent perks up. See if we can cheer you up. Ha, that's the spirit. Vincent loves the Eastern Ruby. We want to lift his spirits and cure his bad mood. Let's select that. Okay. Oh, good God. To successfully mix a drink, you'll need to add all the necessary ingredients to the shaker by passing through them with the arrow following along the direction the line is pointing. When you start following a path, you need to keep the pace as the red arrow will start following you. Make sure it doesn't catch up with you before you reach the end of the path or the drink will be ruined. How do I? Oh, I just drag it. Oh my God. I'm going to make a mess of that. Vincent's no longer in a bad mood. He's gained more affection towards you. The more a customer likes a certain drink you give them, the more their affection towards you increases. Their favourite drink will reward the most affection. Customers will not appreciate being served a bad drink. If you fail to properly mix a cocktail, customers will be displeased and you will lose all but one action for the remainder of the cocktail conversation. Okay, you know me too well. This is my absolute favourite. I mean, you told me like 2 minutes ago. When I was looking for a bartender to run this place, I hoped for someone as good as you, but I didn't expect it. Especially with your background. I do have a background. I don't know what my background is. This place is going to become naught but cloudy moonshine and rough customers, yet you're already proving to be more than that. Supply lines for alcohol are fraught. You'll have to adapt your drinks menu to circumstance. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. It was fine before I hit go live. But a recent shipment of vodka from Rusalka came into my possession, and as such, some old classic cocktails were on the menu once more. Lucky me, I suppose. Anything else? Ah, yes, I nearly forgot. Friendly warning, perhaps? My favourite gentlemen's club is abuzz with chat about a crackdown on speakeasies. My companions have warned me that the local constabulary is looking to make an example of the flagrant lawbreakers. I see. It's unlikely they would target my establishment. I have friends in the constabulary, but you should take precautions nonetheless. Try not to irritate anyone who might incriminate us and don't compromise on drink quality. I imagine most speakeasies are brought down by dissatisfied customers with loose tongues. I'll be careful. Good. You see, there's a reason I bring all this up. Ooh. In the early hours of the morning, the body of a as yet unidentified woman was found in an alley off the Bukovic. The answer is no, I can't read it. Speakeasy guest found dead in the it's saying here. The body of an as of yet unidentified young woman was found in an alley off the Bukovic Boulevard. That's really hard to say. Bukovic Boulevard. Bukovic police has since released a statement confirming that the crime took place outside a speakeasy and that the proprietors, as well as several guests, have been detained for questioning. The murder is almost certainly the latest in a string of crimes committed on and around the boulevard by the so-called Bukovic killer. Citizens are urged not to attend these illegal establishments for their own safety and to inform local law enforcement if they suspect any illegal activity is taking place. Don't get too bothered by all the tittle-tattle. I'm certain these murders are fabricated by puritanical bureaucrats on the city council. What's that log? Okay, dialogue history. So we can go back if we need to. Fabricated? I believe so, yes. With the prohibition in full force, perhaps politicians created a serial killer boogeyman to keep people out of speakeasies. It's just like the old fairy tales about demons in the woods. The claws of the Strigoi snatching the unwary and pulling them into darkness. Takes a long sip of his drink and sets it down on the table, his fingers nervously rattling on the glass. A murder at a speakeasy doesn't mean visiting one is dangerous, but I wonder if those who indulge in tabloid rumours can grasp that fact. I imagine the authorities will be paying closer attention to venues like ours. They think we offer a safe haven to vagabonds and scoundrels, but all we want is to kindle the dying flames of conversation. Imagine their surprise when they see the depth and breadth of fine gentlemen and ladies who will frequent our establishment. But heed my words, friend, be on your guard. I will. We're on Bouqueville Boulevard, so the locals are a mixed bag. Consider the customers carefully. My friends especially are people of culture and arts. There's no doubt in my mind that some shady characters will show up, but I'd imagine most will be harmless. I hope so, anyway. I wonder what I use actions for. A mix of high and low society makes for a good blend. Honey and lemon, wine and cheese crackers, that sort of thing. Jokes aside, do be careful, bartender. I've invested a lot of money in this place, and while it's yours to use, I don't expect to be sweeping eyeballs and teeth at the end of the night. Understood. One more thing. We both know this is your last chance. I went out on a limb to give you this opportunity, and I've turned a blind eye to your past troubles. Make sure those troubles stay in the past and keep your nose clean. Sure. If you follow my rules, you'll be under my protection, and I promise I'll keep you safe. One hand washes the other. Fair. Good, good. Thank you for the libations. I should return home. I hope business goes well tonight. See you, Vincent. Every day will bring a different group of customers to your speakeasy. It's a big place, so look left and right to check for any customers seated on the edges of the room. Click on a customer to call them over for a chat at the bar. Oi! You! Come here. The woman takes a seat, looking exhausted. She squints at you like she can't decide if you're a friend or a foe. Rough day? You have no idea. Although you're on your feet all day serving people with too much money, so maybe you have some idea. Grundown Heights is fully booked, so me and everyone else in the laundry service are on off our feet. There's nothing like changing hotel bed sheets during a spice traders symposium. Do you know how frustrating it is to have a fat, bald, old man explain the logistics of his spice trading company and how it made him rich, and he's doing that while you change his sweaty bed sheets? I can guess. Sometimes I push my face into a pillow and scream so loud I feel like I'm going to crack the walls. Then I stop, and nothing has changed. Sounds like you need a drink. Yes, something that feels like being slapped in the face with a slice of lime wrapped around a cricket bat. I trust your judgment. What flavour do you like? Right now, I'm craving something spiced. I trust your judgment. Okay, so something spicy and limey. Oh, and I can have a look. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. One drink coming up. Indicates the right of each cocktail that provide more information about the drink in question, including whether your customer likes it or not. Question mark means you don't yet know how they feel about a cocktail, while a star means it's their favourite. Oh, that's good, so I don't need to remember. Customers will also have drinks they like and feel neutral about. Information gets updated every time you serve a customer a new drink. Serving liked and favourite drinks will improve your relationship. Okay. Smoothness of the drink, which indicates how long a customer is willing to stay and talk after being served, how many actions you'll be able to take during the dialogue. Every new topic you discuss will cost you 1 action. Smooth. Once the action counter runs out, customers will leave the bar. So don't forget to serve them a drink whenever you talk to them. Customers can be called back as long as you have actions remaining, but can only be served once a day. Alcohol percentage shows how alcoholic it is. Okay, some require a certain level of intoxication, but when they become inebriated, they'll go home. Okay. Now you know the power the bartender holds. The better your drink fits the customer's taste, the more affection you'll receive. You can also affect a customer's mood as well as how talkative they are after you serve them. Okay. So we're making a copper bullet. Voila. Oh damn, this is perfect. Don't let me have too many of these. After a long shift, my brain is buzzing. I can't just go home with all this fuzz in my head. When the Prohibition closed the bars and clubs, everything got more expensive. An opera ticket costs a month's rent. With everything being so busy. Why is it so busy? Well, there's the Spice Merchant Symposium, but there's some big show going on as well. Everyone's wearing their fanciest threads. The women in those sparkly dresses and their heeled shoes looks like torture to me. You don't care about clothes? At the hotel, I only see clothes lying on the floor, stained with peppercorn sauce, coffee, nicotine, and worse. At least the folk going to the shows are clean. I guess I clean up fewer wine stains now, so maybe prohibition isn't all that bad. She downs her drink. That's a big drink to down, wiping her mouth for any spills. Woo! Feeling better? She closes her eyes and lets out a long, comfortable sigh. Yeah, I'm good. That really hit the spot. This watering hole is new, right? That weird old guy put me onto this place. The nightcap just opened, yes. The nightcap, huh? Funny name. Oh, I'm Clara, by the way. Mind if I just call you bartender? You don't seem too prissy about the type of customers you get. Glendown Heights has 3 hotel bars, but I didn't fit in any of them even when they served booze. The staff bar was all drunken bellhops, the mid bar was full of posers, and the spa lounge would charge me a fortune just for looking at the drinks menu. This place feels a bit more varied in its clientele. You've got all sorts here. We're all equal when we walk through these doors. Her smile is warm as she nods a little, like she just made up her mind about you. I can get on board with that. Good. Well, I should be heading back. I got Bartitsu sparring classes and a shift tomorrow. If I don't get good sleep, both of those are going to beat the stuffing out of me. Okay, so I still couldn't take any actions. Everyone's been spoken to. Let's end the day using the bell. Click on the bell to make all the customers piss off home. And that's how I can look around to check if anyone else is there. Ding! A new customer takes a seat at the bar. He takes a slow look around the room and then at you. He glances back at the entrance a few times, like he expects someone to sneak in after him. The man doesn't hesitate to tap the bar, demanding the attention you're already given him. What can I get you? How's this place work? Just like a regular bar, no butlers or whatever? I just want a drink. Anything in particular? I don't care. You choose. How's this place work? What? He just said that. Okay. So I've got no idea what he wants. I'll give him maybe one of them. Seems kind of middling on... Well, it's got high smoothness for questions and middly alcohol. Let's try that. Not bad at all. Very pleasant, actually. You've probably guessed that I'm here for more than a drink. We have business. Business? Okay. So it's down today's newspaper, but rather than turning it as Vincent did yesterday, he instead lets the heavy pages land with a thud. The headline reads, latest Bukovi Boulevard victim identified. In a statement to the press this morning, Bukovi police finally released the name of the latest victim in the string of murders by the so-called Bukovi killer. Is it Bukovi or Bukovi? I say it different every time. Excuse me. The body of 24-year-old Natalia Reed, a native Zaran and lifetime resident of Bukovi, was found yesterday in the unnamed alley off Bukovi Boulevard at 6 in the morning by a local resident heading out for work. Police have since confirmed that the crime took place outside a speakeasy known as The Last Drop, which the victim, a junior accountant, was known to frequent in her time off to drink and gamble. The illegal business has since been shut down, resulting in several arrests. Police Commissioner Aldea urges the public to be careful and come forward with any information that may aid the police in their ongoing investigation as the perpetrator remains at large. Natalia Reed's family has declined to comment. Her employer, Mark Weaver, says only that he assumed she was just late again. Have you encountered anyone acting strangely at this establishment? I've encountered exactly 2 people. Well, 3 people, including the guy who owns this place. So far, you're the strangest one. Just saying. Also, are your eyes on upside down? You spring to mind. Oh. Oh, he didn't like that. You can tell you've touched a nerve. He takes a short breath and leans forward. Anyone who isn't me? Maybe. Maybe. I don't think you quite understand what's at stake here. Did you read the news yesterday? Speakeasy guest found dead. And since you just served me alcohol, that would make this place... I was just making a drink for my new friend. Oh, fuck. Obstinate. You have a chance to show me how cooperative you can be, and you're letting that chance slip away. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a police badge. His name reads Constable Hugo Mertens. He waits a moment to make sure you understand the gravity of the situation. I'm investigating a series of murders that took place outside established speakeasies. You're going to shut us down. Speakeasies are, at the moment, one of the only leads I have. I may never say this again, but your business needs to stay open. The killer's using locations like yours, so one of your patrons could be a killer. And you need my help. You'll be helping yourself. If your clientele keeps getting murdered, well, that's not great for business. For a time, your establishment has protection from me and from the rest of the constabulary. This place is no longer a bar, it's a hunting ground where I'll catch the killer with your help. Your first assignment is to interview these drunkards and find out if any of them frequented that speakeasy where we found Natalia Reid. Do that, and I might just extend your time a bit longer so we can figure out who's behind all this. You drinking here is also illegal, right? No, I'm guessing there's no opt-outs. He shakes his head softly, then pulls the badge from the table and places it back in his inside pocket. I did my homework. I know who you are. Just think of it this way. As a reformed citizen, you should be more than happy to help out. I understand. Oh, he liked that. You might not be too fond of the constabulary, but you have to be realistic. Right now, we want the same thing. I'll do it. Good. Any questions? Ooh, here we go. How do I investigate? You interrogate everyone at your bar and ask the right questions. Get to know them and make them willing to talk. A glass of alcohol might loosen their tongue. I suggest you keep track of your findings in a notebook or something. I also see you have an unused pin board in the room behind you. Oh, we get a board of crazy! Okay, Wolf, how's it going? We're making cocktails and solving crimes. Yeah, all the snow melted here as well. It didn't last long. You're sad. I mean, it does look pretty, but I don't like being out in it. We might get some more at some point. At least it's a bit warmer. Detectives at the station like to use those to keep their minds organised. Visualising connections make them easy to understand. That is true. I'm so excited about having a board of crazy. I'll give it a try after my shift. Where should I start? Give me a solid lead on the people in this establishment who were present at the same speakeasy where Natalia Reid was found. As a former criminal, I'm sure you know ways of making people talk. There's no doubt in your mind your less savoury connections might know more. Once you prove you're capable of collecting this information, I'll accept I'm not wasting my time. From there, I can divulge a bit more about the case. Okie dokie. You're part of this now. Time is short and I expect something solid from you. Soon. Okay, speaking with customers will provide you with magnifying glasses. Clues about the current case. These clues can be reviewed in the magnifying notebook at any time. Use the magnifying show clue button. Lets you present a clue from your notebook to the customer you're currently talking to, letting you ask them for more information or confront them with evidence. Presenting clues to customers is crucial to uncovering new evidence to solve your case. Helpful customers may be able to spot lies, provide new information, or provide an alibi, but be careful. Showing certain people confrontational evidence might affect their mood. Okay. Case is highest priority and you're on the clock. If we don't have the killer in 2 weeks, this gets kicked upstairs to the Confederated force. And if that happens, my career is in tatters and your bar is finished. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. 2 weeks to prove we're not children playing detectives. 2 weeks to save our careers and our reputations. 2 weeks to make our streets safe and save some lives while we're at it. Yeah, the premise is we're a bartender in a speakeasy in prohibition times. And, I mean, we're literally right at the beginning of it. And this guy is asking us to help him solve crimes. And we have to do that by getting the patrons just drunk enough to tell us all their secrets by mixing them the drinks they like. And then not pissing them off with our questions. Pretty much. Pretty much. It's how to make people talk. Peter Wagner enters your bar. You recognise him by the scar on his cheek. It's been a while, and you don't quite know if you're ready to see him again. I know nothing about us, by the way, other than we have a shady past. I don't know what the shady past is. It's just shady. He takes a seat, looking you in the eye. You can't quite tell if he recognises you. You hope he doesn't. Welcome to the Nightcap. Creative location for a speakeasy. The filth are looking for old bars opening up again, not basements owned by bookworms. Oh yeah, we're in the basement of a bookshop, which is very cool. Maybe this is what I need to do if I win the lottery. Oh, this is the dream. Imagine having a bookshop with like a speakeasy themed bar underneath. Oh. Or maybe a bookshop / knitting shop with a speakeasy in the basement. Ooh, plans are happening. Make me a real drink so I can forget all about the weak cat piss they serve in the stacks. If memory serves, you mix a good cocktail. They're usually a bit sweet for my tastes. Miss me, Peter? Every day. Was crying myself to sleep on a pillow soaked through with tears. You feel the same, I imagine. Sure. I don't even know if we're male or female, or I know nothing about us. He raises his eyebrows and shoves a few coins your way. Let's see how this new job of yours is working out, eh? Okay. His chin rests on the bar. He's leaning down really low. It's like... See if I can remember what you like. So he didn't want anything too sweet. And he wants something that's very alcoholic. Yeah. I've been to a speakeasy themed bar in London years ago where you generally have to book because it's really popular. And when you go there, it's just like there's nothing on the door at all. And you ring the doorbell and you go into a detective's office. And the detective talks to you and is like, oh, why are you here? What's the case? And then you have to like tell them about a case that you want them to look into and stuff and do a bit of role play. And then one of the bookshelves opens and you go down into the speakeasy and it's all cocktails and stuff. It was so cool. So cool. Right. I'm thinking maybe that. It's not sweet. And it's very alcoholic. I feel like that is what he will want. It was so cool. It was really, really cool. And the cocktails were awesome as well. The whole vibe was like in the bar, it was all 1920s themed. It was like being, I mean, obviously I don't know what it was like being in a speakeasy in the 1920s in America, but it felt like that. It was so good. So good. I think there's a few places like that in London, to be fair. Ah, he liked it. I'm usually not a fan of surprises in my drinks, but this is good. So you're a bartender now. Well, that's an odd one, but if you want to pull a curtain over your past, I'll go along with it. Peter's a criminal. More specifically, he's an enforcer of the feared crime lord Carla, but as long as you don't owe money, insult him or spill his drink, you should be fine. Strange how that face with a frightening scar can light up the room when he smiles, though it doesn't happen often. How can someone so dangerous be so charming? Thanks. Your rival speakeasies ain't too appealing. I can see why you're getting busier. The other places either turn away anyone without a duchy, or they hose the blood off the dance floor each night. The last drop was the only one I could appreciate. Ooh! He went to the last drop. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He's on the suspect list. But it got shut down a few days ago. What's a little blood to you? Oh, he liked that. I'm a teddy bear. I got claws, but I don't want to get them out when I'm trying to hold my wine glass. You notice him bite the inside of his cheek. For a moment, you think he's going to try denying it. Instead, he shrugs. I reckon my job ain't good or bad. It's neutral. Cause and effect and all that. What I do is a natural result of the system we all live in and the deals people make. It's neutral? I take no responsibility for what happens to the folk I collect from. They knew the deal they were getting into when they took the money. But even though I don't feel bad for them, that don't mean I want to go drinking with gorillas like me who laugh about smashing open some indebted shopkeeper's skull. He takes a final long sip of his drink and sets the empty cup down on the table. You're not a complete monster. I'm just Peter, and I play my part without prejudice or pleasure. Like I said, cause and effect. And now if you'll excuse me, this drink has had an effect on me and I need to take care of that. Sure thing. Okay, so we've got... Oh, it's good that I get the arrows if there's people that I can't see. Well, we're going to talk to both these people. Oh, why, hello. An obscenely glamorous woman wipes the stool clean before gingerly sitting on it. After a moment, she checks her lipstick in a pocket mirror before readjusting her coat. She leans forward to meet your gaze. Welcome. It's certainly cushy down here. To think, this grand place below a bookstore. How very Vincent. You know Vincent? Yes, he's the man who invited me. He probably mentioned I'd be showing up. He's quite the fan. Her nails tap rhythmically to some invisible music. You can't tell if she's waiting for you to say something in particular. I don't want to say that. Vincent hasn't mentioned you. Can I look at my clues? No, he must have. Carmine, Olivia. There's probably some kind of list I'm on. A VIP kind of affair. I'm an actress / singer / radio host. If you haven't heard of me, you've certainly heard my voice. Her voice is silky and delicate like a silver bell. You don't mind listening to it, even though it drips with audacity. Oh, that's Olivia Carmine. Yes, Vincent mentioned you. See, we all need a little push to jog our memory sometimes. Perhaps you heard about the time I saved a performance of Dandies and Danes at the Classic Grand. Maybe. The stagehand forgot to leave a prop gun on stage. I ended up singing bang bang noises to finish the performance. The audience loved it. The director went along with it. The show got middling reviews, but I was praised for my quick thinking and my coolness under pressure. Can I get you a drink? Are you buying, darling? Put it on my tab. I'll be here often. I eagerly await your performance, bartender. Anything specific you fancy? Something fruity. I love tropical fruits in particular. Okay. So, tropical fruits. Let's pour you something fabulous. Nope. Ooh, that one maybe. Pineapple juice, coconut cream. No. Gotta be that one, right? Oh, here. I want to get to my board of crazy. Astonishing, flawless, incredible, divine, absolutely brilliant use of everything. Inspirational, honestly. What a day. Oh, did I tell you about my radio career? She doesn't wait for an answer. Instead, she leans forward and curls her finger to pull you close. Well, today I spent the majority of my time reading contracts. I'm starting my own show, you see. Something daring, something bold, something that'll knock the socks right off my listeners. I'm calling it Chamomile and Carmine. Classy, right? Absolutely. You're one of the first to hear about it, but, well, I suppose I let my mouth run when I'm tipsy, so more we'll find out soon. Ha! I'm going to struggle a little bit with this game, because my usual style of conversation, just in general, is not the style of conversation a barman should have. So I think I'm going to have to be sugary sweet and nice to everybody, and that's not really like me. I want to be sassy and sarcastic, but I don't think most people will appreciate that, so I'm going to try really hard and butter everybody up so that they tell me all their secrets. Picture me in my sultry voice, broadcast nationwide to the people of Sara, even the poor folks who can't make it to my stage performances. I'm so excited. Congratulations. Good things happen to good people, you know. Sure. Olivia swallows the last bit of her drink and takes a long sip. She wipes her mouth with a tissue before setting the empty glass down beside your hand. Thank you for the drink. I will be back. Though hopefully soon you won't have to wait too long to hear my voice. Kisses. Yeah, I need to butter them up. I need to get them tipsy and then butter them up, and then they'll tell me all the things. With a slight stumble, she pushes herself up, winks at you, and takes her leave. I still don't know what the actions do. I haven't used any actions yet. A miserable-looking man sits down at the bar. A big cloud follows him. He's a priest! Once he has your attention, he peruses the drinks stacked behind you. What can I get you? I never understand all these names. Something strong, please. If I'm doing something wrong, I might as well do it right. I mean, fair. Anything besides strong? Not really, just strong. Okay. What does the goddess want you to order? Just make me a drink quickly and with fewer jokes. Okay, so what's the strongest? Probably that one. I mean, that is true. Well, the percentage is the strength. Oh, but I don't want to get him... So if I get them past this, the bottle, then they go straight home. Because they're too drunk. So maybe I just want to hit him at a 5. Ooh, an evening prayer for a priest. Right? That's got to be right. Goes down quite nicely. He shrugs, places the glass back against his lips and downs the rest. You're not supposed to down, mate. You're supposed to sip it. When the glass is empty, he wags his finger for you to refill it. How about we start with your name? You all don't know who I am? I'm Father Lacey, but you can call me John. I'm a priest at the church up the road. You know this is alcoholic. We're permitted. Besides, how could the goddess resent a priest drinking in this city? Is that bad? If you took confessions too, you wouldn't ask. Oh, he's in a bad mood now. What do people confess? Everything you can imagine and more. I used to have faith in humanity. Here you go. Thank you. I'll be back soon. Godspeed, John. He downs the rest and stands up, tips his head and takes his leave. Okay. So that's the end of the day. I have no clues. Ah, current objective. Who frequented the speakeasy? Okay, well we know he did. Ding! Oh, she's a pushcat! The end of each day, you return to your home office where you can review... Yes! Bored of crazy! Besides structuring your thoughts, the clue board also has another very important function. Some clues can be connected to form new evidence. Spotted a contradiction or two pieces of evidence that tell you something about the same person or event? Try combining them. You can combine two clues by connecting their pins with red string. Yes! To place a clue you found on the board, simply click and drag them over from the clue list on the right. Sha-whoop. Sha-whoop. Any point you can remove a clue from the board by dragging it back in the clue list should you feel a piece of information is no longer important. Two clues seem to be related, don't they? Let's try linking them together. Oh. Peter frequented the last drop, the speakeasy where Natalia Reed's murder took place before it was shut down. He should be able to tell me who else went there to drink and if any of them visit the nightcap. Cool. You've created a new combined clue. Combined clues are the key to investigation. Building a solid case will hinge on making these connections. Asking your customers about these new clues will often lead you to new insights as well. Not all clues can be combined, but if you're ever stuck, try and see if there's any deductions. Okay. Yes. I'm enjoying this game. Oh, loads of people. Loads of people. Well, well, look who's still open. In a world of dwindling light, you're a beacon in the night. I don't plan on closing anytime soon. Whoa. J'accuse! Story about the broad that got iced at a speakeasy. What about it? What do you think happened? You read the story. I'm sure the journalists did a great job. They always do. Don't be like that. I want your opinion. You're fishing, and for what? I got nothing for you. You and me both know how this show plays out. The papers spin the same stories. The hoi polloi get all worked up, and ain't no one got the real facts except for the ones who know to keep their mouths shut. And folk who say the city council are fabricating the killings, they got their heads screwed on wrong. Bukovi officials can barely patch a hole in the road, far less stage a murder. I know a professional job when I see one, and this ain't professional. But it was done by someone who has experience, someone who planned it out real careful, and who's done it before. Did you visit that speakeasy? Yes. And? Plenty of folks went there, so don't go making any inferences. You know where the line is. No one needs to see what happens if you step over. Who else went there? Hard to tell, it was a mixed crowd, let me think. Alina Dragos, the type of rich blonde who don't want nothing to do with me. Last year she made it big thanks to her daddy winning the jackpot at a poker tourney. Elliot, the sour-faced alcoholic who popped in occasionally. If he was in school, I'd beat the snot out of him and take his milk money. Still might. And Killian Durand, the rich kid with a baby face and soft hands. You taking roll call? If this bartending gig doesn't work out, I'd suggest a job as an intrepid reporter. What do you think of that, Scoops? Alright, I was just curious. And you don't feel like asking a customer any further questions, you can press the bye-bye button. Okay. Okay, so I guess they all take actions. So, I need to give him a drink. Okay, so he likes that, but it's not his favourite. He likes things that are strong and not sweet. Maybe that? He liked it. This career shift is starting to make sense. You have talents. Let's catch up, just like the old days. Okay, so now I have 3 actions, so I can potentially ask him all these things, I guess. Know anything about Natalia Reid? Shame about her accident. Her murder. Murder, then. I saw her here and there, and I reckon it's real odd that she got iced. Why odd? She didn't seem like the victim type, you know? The victim type, really? Tilts his head for a moment, and you see his eyebrow shift, giving you a knowing look. She was confrontational, fearless. Most people are intimidated by me, but she brushed me off. She brushed off my employer a few times too. Usually the ones that end up victims are the ones who don't fight back. Even drunk, she'd probably put up a good fight. Really? I reckon so. Killed from behind, right? Whoever struck her probably thought they couldn't take her in a fight. The police or whoever is holding your leash should be looking at cowards. That's what you should be investigating. Who says I'm investigating? You're asking a lot of questions. People with our background know better. No one ever got iced for asking too few questions. You're right. Hey, if you got someone pulling your chain, I get it. Someone holding something over you, I guess. Maybe. Don't be coy. We go way back, so I get it. Right. Between us, I assume you never went legit? Let's both assume I'm not in the mood for this conversation right now. Ask me again when your words are as sweet as the booze. Okay, so he doesn't like me enough for that. Is that the level I have to get to ask that? To that level? How's work these days? Sure, I'll play along with this amnesia of yours. My job's the same as ever. I'm a problem solver, and the problem I solve is this. What do you do when someone who owes you money stops paying you? I make sure agreements are kept and no one breaks their words. In a way, I help all parties involved because one way or another the deal they made won't be broken. And where possible, I hope my business never involves my friends. Business is never personal for me, but the way I do business, some people take it real personal. Very professional. Understood. I won't go home, but I can't stay here. Make sure you don't get into any mischief while I'm gone. That's my job. Sure. I've got a lot of people to talk to today. Let's work our way through them. A young woman sits casually at the bar. Before she says a word, she looks at the list of drinks on the wall behind you, a tad confused. Evening. Hello. What can I get you? I don't know what I'm feeling today. I want something strong, but I'm also craving something sweet. What can you do? I can try and help you make up your mind. It's all the dice. Surprise me. So she wants strong and sweet. That might be strong and sweet. I'm gonna go for that one. Ah. Well, I definitely don't hate it. Thanks. Have you been open long? Not particularly. I thought this place seemed new. Below a bookshop, too. I used to come here to buy books when I was a kid, whenever my father gave me pocket money. Either way, consider me sold, I guess. How'd you afford somewhere on the boulevard? I don't know the place. Right. Anyway, I'm Alina Dragos. Oh, you go to the other place. I brought a few friends along, and we're already a bit tipsy if you haven't noticed already. She didn't have to tell you that. They reek of booze. You hide it well. Yeah, we found a bottle in the basement, and we're celebrating a friend's birthday. Anyway, I'm going to go look for my friends. I hope they haven't wandered off. I mean, they're right there. You too. So... yes. Okay, so it links it all. Cool. Oh, and it will tell me favourite drinks. Scottish does not seem to mind his alcoholism, nor his attending on a legal speakeasy. Ah, Pirate's Joy is one of her favourites. He likes Copper Bullet. She likes Copper Bullet. Okay, cool. But that wasn't her favourite. So there's something she likes more that we need to find. Next! Before he even sits down, you can tell this young man has an attitude. He frowns at the bar, his seat, the drink selection, then you. You wish you weren't so good at handling men like him. You've had more experience than you wish for. He looks your way when he sits down. When you don't immediately give him attention, he taps the table twice. What can I get you? Surprise me. Give me some hints? Well, I'm a big fan of rum, I think. You think? You watch him try to get comfortable in his seat. He looks over his shoulder at the three girls he came in with, and then regards you with an urgent look in his eye. You're the bartender, so tend the bar and serve me something. I don't drink too much, and my parents are into wines, not cocktails. I can handle that. What flavours do you enjoy? Something with a sweet touch like rum. Okay, so we want rum-based. Banana Kid. Do we think a Pirate's Joy? That feels like a pineapple daiquiri or something. I mean, I know nothing about cocktails. I just know what cocktails I like, and I do like a daiquiri. I feel like out of these, a Pirate's Joy would be my go-to. I mean, I'd be up for trying all of them. I don't think I'd want a femme fatale. Tomato juice isn't really my thing. Eastern Ruby might be nice. I'd work my way through all of them, I think. See what's nice. Yeah, Femme Fatale is a Bloody Mary. I guess. You'd like a copper bullet? Alright. Well, when you come into my bar, I will rustle up a copper bullet for you. I could get used to this. I'm Killian. You might have met my parents at some point, the Durans. You were on the list, weren't you? Were you on the list? Were you on the list? Were you on the list? Yes. Might have. You might have met a doctor with that surname, though it's fuzzy. Fine people, though I suppose as private doctors, perhaps a bit out of your price range for healthcare. With that, he pays, turns around and goes to sit back at the table. Okay. So can I evidence them? Tends to happen if you visit. I bet you hear all sorts of tittle-tattle in here. What's the subject of the day? Ooh, okay, so I need to call them back to talk to them. Huh. Sure, I visited. I bet you hear all sorts of... Oh, is that it? Is that it? Did you know Natalia Reid? A little. I saw her at the Hotel Jubilee a while ago. I saw her, greeted her, and she threw up all over my new suit. I helped her get a radio cab home. She was drunk then. Yeah, she was a bit of a mess. My father always said loose women of meagre means lack the ability to handle alcohol with grace like more refined ladies. You know she's dead, right? Yeah, Selena told me this morning. I was rather sad, but more in that fleeting, oh, maybe I'll die one day sort of way. I didn't really know her, so... You will die one day. Is that a threat? It's just a fact. It's not a nice thing to say, is it? Okay, weird. I don't really want to ask those two things yet. I don't know if this is the sort of game to ask all the things all the time. Let's try it. You're right, I don't enjoy this. The drinks are well enough made, but I simply can't become accustomed to the taste. I must persevere. You don't have to, you know. I started going to bars to be around Alina and Wendy. With a killer going on the loose, I'd like to keep an eye on them. Very gallant. I've had my eye on Alina for a bit. We've gone on a few dates. I think she really likes me, but she has a guard dog. Maria's hackles her up, and she has fangs. In fact, I was thinking of paying for Maria to attend a distant chess tournament just to have more time with Alina alone. Perhaps take her to Maria Burge for steak roulade. Mind keeping that to yourself? Your plan is safe with me. Good. It's stressful, though, trying to keep my intentions secret. I'm only here in pursuit of the object of my affection, and this constant boozing is worrying my mum a great deal. I usually wouldn't listen to her, but she holds a great sway over my disposable income. Okay. What do you think of Alina? She's a lot of fun to be around. She's like the summer sun bursting through the clouds. Poetic. Very bubbly. Funny that someone like her can come from such a poor family. Lots of personality. Sometimes what comes out of her mouth sounds like intellectual gibberish to me, but even the most frivolous words are kissed on the way out by those heavenly lips. Sure. Okay, well, he's done. And it is time for a break. So enjoy your copper bullets, and I will see you in a couple of minutes. Does that mean I could go in here now? This is dark. I can't see. Oh, that made me jump. Oh my god.
Calvin,
Oh my god.
great kid. I almost gave up on my vision and my reactions when I first saw his reaction to his world falling apart. I could see myself in his
My heart's going so fast.
That-
This might go very bad.
trouble now.
This
Yeah, it
guard
went
caught
very
you
bad.
picking a lock. Perhaps you'd like to try the lock of your very own cell.
No thanks. Yeah, I was just looking.
The guard is impassive. Your little speech was unconvincing.
So yeah, it has like a certain age between on it, and it depends on if you're running or not. So it's usually say. Ah! Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine.
Guys. Hi, FM. She has the rights to bear arms. Oh, I'm so funny. And also one bare leg. Luckily, as we all know, I'm a very skilled driver. Especially off-road. In fact, I used to get wet all the time when I was younger. I bet you did. I bet you did. Not so much since the menopause, though, eh? But that was quite dramatic.
Worry not.
I was not expecting him to explode when I stabbed him. Right, how many options have we got here? 5. Let's not jump into fighting. Panhorn, please.
Cure the rot. End it.
Okay. Who's next? Maybe I'll go through everybody once and then I talk to them all again. I don't know what the best way to play this game is. The young Welsh woman sits at the bar and waits. She doesn't seem the happiest, but as soon as you look at her, she puts on a smile and leans on the bar. What can I get for you? I don't really know, if I'm honest. Too many options. How about I choose? I'd appreciate that. I feel a bit out of my depth here. Something light, though. I have work in the morning. Okay. Any flavours you're fond of? Tomato. Okay. But you want something light. I mean, I guess 3% is light. It's lovely, thank you. Places like this are fascinating to me. I'm not used to all this. You're as welcome as anyone. She tilts her head as if she's wondering whether to agree or not. I keep thinking the constabulary will arrest me any moment. If my friends were caught, they would pay a fine, but I'd end up in jail. I understand. Yes, I think you do. I'm Maria Poper, by the way. I'm here with my friend Alina. Speaking of, I should probably go back there. I wouldn't want to miss out on another story from Wendy about how her butler is getting fat and her swimming pool is too big. Good luck. Okay, Let's get them all nicely sloshed. A young woman sits down at the bar, her eyes are piercing. She scans the room, then you, taking everything in. She's dressed up with diamond earrings, a pearl necklace, and a coat that could be mink. What can I get you? This place is as charming as it is easy to find. When Alina mentioned a speakeasy on the boulevard, I can't say I expected this. Money's flooded into the Bukovi Boulevard and washed away the dirt, but some of the character too. However, it seems to flow past this venue without impact. I can't tell if that's compliments. As close to one as you're likely to get from me. I'm Wendy Brooker. You might have heard of my father. You haven't, but she says it with enough confidence that you feel like you should. Well, I don't think you'll need to ask around too much to know my reputation. Impeccable. And if you stay on my good side, I'll even think of an endearing nickname for you. Okay, you want a drink? What do you want? Strong enough to make everybody look just a little more fabulous, but not too much. Don't make me beg. Okay. So that gives me nothing. Maybe like a 5. Cold winter. Let's go for that. Oh, this one's hard. A twist. Not bad, but too many of these and I'll get bored. I'll take this back to my table now, darling. So, were they favourites? Ooh, that was her favourite. Okay. And... no. Okay. Let's get you a drinky poo, and then we'll go around again and ask questions. A moody-looking man sits down. He takes a deep breath and hunches over the bar, avoiding eye contact. Long day? Every day's the same length. Can I get a cocktail? Sure. As your hand moves to grip a glass, he holds his palms up, stopping you. Wait, please make sure it's a clean glass. All our glasses are clean. I'm sure, but I've had bad experiences, smudges and such. One glass, no smudges. Good, I'll have that cocktail. I'm waiting. Any particular flavours you enjoy? No fruit, maybe something minty. Okay. That's got mint. I mean, that's called mint punch. I'm going with that. Ooh. Seems it. I mean, given that I might have made the alcohol in my bathtub, I think he's pushing it a bit with the cleanliness. That's a nice drink. Clean glass, crisp taste. You watch him down the rest. That's a lot to down. When the glass is empty, he wipes it carefully with his sleeve, making sure to clean the rim where his lips were. Are you a big drinker? There's not much else to do in Bukovi. To be honest, I'm not usually out on days like these, but my date got cancelled. Are you open the whole weekend? We are. Good, that's when I usually need a drink. I'm Elliot, by the way. I live a few streets over. Nice to meet you, Elliot. Can I get you another drink? No, I should head home. Thanks a lot for the drink. I'll be back soon. Oh, he's just going straight home. Okay, questions. Evening, Alina. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Whoa. Okay, so I can only ask you 4 things. What do you know about Natalia Reid? I'm not talking about that evil floozy. I'm here to have a good time. Alina seems very guarded about the topic. She also seems to know something. Perhaps she's more talkative when drunk. Okay. So, right, so she needs to be at glass level. Yeah, she needs to be drunk. Let's talk to me about Natalia Reid. What brings you to a speakeasy? You can't expect a girl to spill all her secrets without loosening her lips a little first. With some chats, maybe a couple of compliments about my lovely new earrings and a few drinks. Let's get you drunk then. Okay, so she needs to be drunk for that as well. Ask you about the last drop. I used to go with my father. It's close to the casino. Rubbish. How are you finding your time here? Pleasant crowd, mostly. There's a few people here that I'm not on great terms with, but it's a bar, so that's to be expected. Who? I'd rather not get into it, honestly. I have a feeling I know who you're talking about. Do you? Who? Elliot? How'd you guess that? Just instinct. He's a piece of work, alright, especially when he's drunk. A few months before Prohibition, I was at a casino with my father on my birthday. He wasn't exactly going to bake me a cake, and I didn't want to be alone all day till the clubs opened and I could see my friends. So I figured I'd take an interest in his hobby. And while Dad was playing baccarat, Elliot made a play for me. Creepy. Obviously, I turned him down pretty quickly, but I remember him getting so angry. I tried to brush him off gently, but he really didn't get the message. I've dealt with fellas shouting at me before, but this was different. The more his rage built, the quieter he got, but you could tell he was losing control, shaking. I clung to my dad after that and didn't go back to the casino, but I'd still see him around sometimes. It makes my skin crawl. I'm sorry you went through that. Don't be sorry, be cautious. He has a few screws loose, if you ask me. I will keep that in mind. Okie dokie. Evening. What do you know about Natalia Reid? The accountant? I don't think I met her. I'm sure I didn't. Did you hear about her death? I saw the headlines, like the start of some macabre murder mystery without the cheery ending, probably. The police will catch whoever did it. Maybe a killer can get away with murdering the street girls or factory workers, but not someone like her. Let's hope. You're not a big drinker. Not at all. If I'm honest, I come here because Alina asked me along, and leaving her at the bar alone isn't something I'm comfortable with. You're a good friend. I think so too. Alina and I have been through a lot. I like knowing she's safe. Even if it means drinking. Oh, it's not bad. Sometimes having a few drinks makes the book I'm reading even more exciting, though I often lose my place and have to read the same page over and over. You're welcome to read anything on the shelves. Really, I mean, thanks, thank you. I wasn't sure if a speakeasy was for me, but a speakeasy with a library? Sure. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? I'm a people pleaser, is that okay? I work at that old tailor's in the Stacks. The other girls, it seems good, talk about drinking and dancing, but I just keep my head down. They think I'm dull, but I knew that place would catch fire one day. There was a fire? The building is a death trap. We don't know who blew the fuse box. In a house of matches, it can be hard to find the first spark, you know? But it didn't burn down completely. Alina and I just can't play chess in the basement anymore. Oh, you play chess? When we were at school, we played for boiled sweets. It's a wonder we still have teeth. The women in the workhouse think I'm quiet and boring, but I watch them, and I see things. Patterns, not just in the fabric, but in the city, in people, and most of all in chess. Alina's good, but most days I can beat her. There's a fire in me. Competition. Even without candy, victory is still sweet. You're a grandmaster? Not quite, although I have won tournaments. We both won a few, but none that were official or major. Alina always beats me when the stakes are high. It's like the pressure of playing against my friend makes me wilt. In the heat of competition, she lights up and I burn out. She just wants it more. I once asked her what her secret is. I'll never forget what she said. Never dim your star to make others shine brighter. Any other hobbies that aren't so intense? Cooking, I guess. I make a great sommelier? But this is starting to feel like a job interview instead of a drinks order. Fair point. Chess. You and Alina play chess together? We do, yes. We've been partners since we were 8. We met at a chess club in school. We were rivals but ended up being best friends. That's a long friendship. I know her better than myself at this point. Chess is about getting into your opponent's head. I like it inside hers. Does that sound strange? A little bit. A little. We can get very competitive, but we share the same dream. To get a bit better every day, and to beat all those stuffy bearded old men at the chess council together. We know each other so well now, I'm not sure our practice is helping us get to the next level, but I also just enjoy the time we spend together. We dream of one day beating Bukovic's top grandmaster. We're getting close. Alina won a tournament a few weeks ago and I came second. I was so happy. We played against each other in the finals and it was intense. I felt like my whole life was building to that moment. Since we were in the top spots, we knew we'd already qualified for the next tournament in a few months with the grandmasters, so in a way the final was like a victory lap for us. Have I talked about chess too much? Sometimes I can't tell if I'm talking too much about something I love. But either way, thanks for listening. Anytime. It's what I'm here for. Any clues I should talk to you about? Sure, Alina's been there. Oh, it's really late. I'm going to head home. Oh. You're welcome. Bye-zy-bye. Hello. Evening. Tell me about yourself. I love that idea. She opens her mouth in mock surprise, then lets out a little delighted giggle. What's there to say? I grew up at Papa's home estate, Home Heath, out in the country. I moved to Bukovy because I got bored, and I come to dive bars like this because I love the entertainment. Dive bar? I'd say you fit right in. Oh, we're sparring? That's adorable. You continue to meet my expectations. People must love you. Come, darling. I'm being exceedingly gentle. Let's get to know each other better, or worse if you prefer. I'll start. I was born, I moved here, and now I'm sat in this cramped little stool talking to someone who has a very colourful background. How do you know about my background? I know a lot, darling, and most of what I know I keep to myself. This has been delightful, and I mean that. It's refreshing to have repartee with someone who can keep up. Chin chin. Sure. Do you know anything about Natalia Reid, the dead woman? I know of her. It's quite unavoidable when you're in the company of Elena Dragos, especially when she's had a few drinks. How come? She seems like a dangerous woman, yeah. I could bore you with long-winded stories about Elena's famous drunken rants, but why would I deny you the pleasure of experiencing them firsthand? You certainly seem well placed to engineer such a rant once again. Just give me a warning before you do so. I may cover my ears in time. I will try. I don't know if I want to say you wear a lot of expensive items. Look at her face. Look at her face. How do you know everyone? I'm cordial with Elena and Maria, and I know Killian. We met a while ago at a tango class, you know, in pre-prohibition times. Don't get me wrong, they're not hideously dull or anything. I just feel they're slow to trust and reluctant to say anything genuine. You feel the same, or are you an open book? What you see is what you get. Like a cannoli, it's what's on the inside that counts. I've noticed you do a lot of watching. You pour drinks while keeping your eye on your customers, the sign of a good bartender, or someone who's fearful of their own clientele. I can't blame you, though. Imagine if one of us were police. Are you? She laughs, and for the first time it sounds genuine. You've amused her, and she lets the mask slip for a moment. You've known plenty like her, and learned never to let your guard down around them. No. I wish there was something exciting as a police informant among us. But alas, we are as we seem. Well, other than Maria, she's not rich at all. Dirt poor, in fact. But you can tell. If you look closely, you can tell. She purses her lips briefly, a smile flashing across her face. I mean, we're protected by the coppers, so I think we're fine. Not the friendliest thing to say. Friendly? What an odd concept. Elena pays for everything. Maria's a puppy in her purse. But we all do what we must. In her position, maybe I'd do the same. The poor girl's head must be spinning. Evenings in the casinos, speakeasies and clubs with Elena, then back to her threadbare bed sheets each night in the stacks. What a contrast. It's cruel, really. You don't seem to like Maria. I don't like Elena much right now either, but again, they might grow on me. Maria and Elena have some quirks which I like, imperfections, and they're both sharp as tacks if you haven't heard. Maria hides it under a shy facade, while Elena hides it under a layer of, well, blondness. Opinions are fluid. For example, I didn't care for you, but perhaps the tide is slowly shifting. Same with the girls Elena and Maria. If they would just ease off on the chess chat and address the sexual tension in the room instead, I might enjoy their company a great deal more. Are they lesbians? You wear a lot of expensive items. I do. Aren't you worried about being robbed? If I'm outside, the best place someone could rob would be my empty home. If I didn't wear the nice things I have, I would be living the same life as a woman who had already been robbed. An unglamorous existence. Earrings are meant for ears, and jewels don't sparkle when kept in a box. I mean, that's very true. Like, if you've got expensive stuff, I used to be someone who would, if I had anything that was a bit expensive or nice, I would keep it away and keep it safe and not use it. Like if I'd got even something as simple as like, oh, my favourite mug, I would, keep it safe, not use it in case I dropped it and broke it. But now I'm very much of the opinion of things are made to be used. And if you don't use them, what's the point of having them? Like, if you've got a nice bottle of champagne that you're saving for a special occasion, drink the champagne, because that special occasion might not come. Like, if you've got nice china that you're keeping for a special occasion. Use the china. Like, if you break it, so what? It's meant to be used. It's not meant to sit in on a shelf and just be looked at. Like, you know, use the things. Because at the end of the day, they're just things. Earrings are meant for ears, and jewels don't sparkle when kept in a box. Very, very true. Good night, Wendy. Is it bored of crazy time? I don't have any more clues. I thought I was picking up clues left, right, and centre. Do I not have any more clues? Oh, I do. I have these are clues. Okay, I see. I just try all the things with all the things. No. Okay. Busy day again. Constable Hugo Mertens marches down the steps of the bar, his hands deep in his pockets as he inspects the other guests with confusion. After a moment, he makes his way over to you, pulls over a chair and sits slightly too close. Oh, they're all people I've talked to before. Okay, that's good. Constable Mertens. Barkeep. Seems like business is booming. I never thought a life of crime would be this social for you. It's my job. These patrons could pass for respectable. Maybe they are. They're good people, mostly. Yes, well, I just wanted to check how much you know about these supposed good people. Someone on this street knew her. Use that knowledge to your benefit. If you have anything worth sharing with me, I'll be staying here for a while. Okay, so I can present it with new clues. Ah, it won't consume actions, so I can just show him all the things. Alina Dragos, Killian Joe and Elliot Lynn all frequented the last drop around the time before Natalia Reid was murdered. And you say that you got this information from Peter Wagner? Mr. Wagner is well known around multiple police stations throughout Bukovi, and the only reason he knew all this was because he was present at the time as well. So let's add him to our little list of suspects, shall we? What happens now? Now that I know I'm not wasting my time with you, the next step would be figuring out which one of these four might be our killer. Hugo pulls out 2 photographs from his coat and hands them over. The first one shows an ornate decorated lighter lying on the pavement. The second shows a nasty looking syringe. It's empty and small bits of blood can be seen around the needle. These 2 items were found at the crime scene. Check around and see what they mean to our suspects. Any more questions? About the syringe. The murder weapon is peculiar and devious. It's some sort of lethal toxin. Back before Prohibition, it was slipped into drinks, but since then most of the victims have been found with a puncture mark. From this needle. Correct. We tried to see if it's a special type that was used, but unfortunately this one is available at any pharmacy. Doesn't help that it's basically the industry standard for any medical profession in Sara either. Whatever the nature of this toxin, it wasn't fast. Perhaps the killer wants to watch the victims suffer a bit before they die. The victims each had different puncture wounds, arms, legs, but in this case it was the back of the neck, so the perpetrator attacked from the rear. The tests we've run so far are currently inconclusive. Damn it, if this was back in Belgium, I'd know how to find better toxicologists. Do you know any toxins that have these effects? Many simple chemicals can be lethal when injected. The perpetrator has chosen a cruel implement to achieve his goals. I'm making the apprehension of this villain my sole mission. Sure. About the lighter. It was close to the body and it's quite ornate. It has a pattern on it, metal flowers skirting the edges. I asked around at a few tobacco shops and always got the same answer. This one is custom made. We might guess the killer is a smoker. Nasty habit. Oh. I'm surprised you think so. Most people here smoke, especially those with colourful backgrounds. Okay. Hand over your notebook. You place the notebook in Hugo's outstretched hand. He pulls a pencil out of his pocket and quickly adds a new section at the back. After looking it over one last time, he hands it back. I did some questions I need answers to when reporting my findings about the case. The detectives at this station use this method to put together a case. I intend to do the same. First, we need a suspect to investigate. We narrowed it down to 4 people already, but given we're working with a serial killer, we can only get a warrant for 1. After this, we need solid evidence to confront them with. The two things I need answered are, what's the killer's motive? What evidence proves the killer was present at the time of Natalia's death? If you can find clues that answer these two questions for any of the suspects, assign them in the section I added and hand over your notebook so we can review your findings. But you can only submit a suspect once, so you have to be sure, and you should also consider evidence that might clear a suspect. Will that be enough to convict them? On its own, no, but it's much easier to get a confession when you're presenting solid evidence. From there, it becomes a lot easier to arrest someone. Don't make me regret my choices here. I trust you with enough information to get me in an uncomfortable position. Let me down, and I'll make sure things become very uncomfortable for you. Got it? Very well. Okay, let's have a look. Motive, evidence, and defense. Once you're confident you know who the culprit is, you can press submit case. Okay. If you're already in conversation with Hugo like you are now, you can also press that button to submit case. Okay. Once you submit a culprit, your answer can no longer be changed. You only get one shot. If you submit your case before the deadline has passed, Hugo will leave to present your case to his superior and won't return until the final day. It's up to you to find all evidence on all suspects. Figure out who's innocent and who's guilty. Oh dear me. Do you want a drink? We don't know what he likes. He's neutral about that. Yeah, so he doesn't have actions. What sort of drink do you usually like? Something with coffee. Okay. Do you memorize everyone's favourite drink? I try? That's an admirable goal, but let's not get too chummy. If you want to scribble this in your little notebook, I like anything with coffee because we drink it a lot in Belgium. It reminds me of home. Cool beans. You want coffee? Let's go... that one. Not bad at all. Very pleasant, actually. Cool. I want to know who I'm working for. Constable Hugo Mertens, that's all you need to know. Favourite colour? Blue. Hobbies? I'm partial to pointless conversation and wasting my time. You have no hobbies? If I indulge this line of questioning, will it motivate you to trust me? Yes. Fine. I like building miniatures, and when I was younger I collected model trains. Tell me more. I'm a collector. What was there to say? We all collect things. You collect useless information while I collected trains. I don't have them anymore before you ask. I had to leave them back in Belgium. Did you have a little railway? Yes, and my fiancé hated it. All of those objects are with my parents now. Is that all? Oh, you have a fiancé. I have more questions. You have a fiancé? Indeed I do, and you needn't look so surprised. I'm not. Good. Is that all then? I guess so. Do you know Peter? Peter has a storied history with the Bukavu police. You can usually count on him being on the wrong side of the law. We're working off the assumption that Peter moonlights as a henchman for bigger fish, maybe even the Bruja boys under Carla. It makes me wonder whether a boss like Carla could have something to do with all this, but she's white collar and more interested in larceny and laundering than murder. Why are you doing a detective's job? Because those idiots are so busy chasing promotions they forget to actually look for criminals. One of them confided in me how he figured out all the victims of the Bukavu Boulevard killer were all blonde women. He condescendingly told me to keep that to myself and be a good constable. I can tolerate them being competitive, but not when there's human lives at stake. I didn't expect you to be so noble. Okay. I guess we're done then. Cool. let's go across all the people again. What's a girl need to do to get a drink around here? Evening, Alina. Right, yeah. So I need to get you to a 7 to ask you a couple of the questions. Oh, that's if she's in a good mood. Okay. So I need to get her to a 7 drink-wise. Poison drop. Okay, very specific. Will a poison drop get you to a 7? No, that'll only get you to a 3. I need to get you to a 7. Wahaha. So now I can ask you some things. What do you know about Natalia Reid? Natalia, why are you asking me about Natalia Reid? Just talk to me. Well, I know she was a gold-digging cow who had absolutely no business dating my father. You thought I wouldn't speak ill of the dead? Whoa. I may not be kind to memory, but at least I'm the one being honest. She was like a barnacle stuck to a boat. Nothing I did could dislodge her, so she was dating your father. I might try to accept her if she curbed his worst impulses, but she gambled as much as father does. She was an accountant who couldn't handle money. When I called her out for her scheme, she threatened to have my father write me out of his will. You have motive. Oh, now you're in a bad mood. My friends told me to stay quiet about my feelings, but I won't do it. If being happy today it makes me seem callous or even suspicious, I don't care. The world is a better place without her in it. I see. What brings you to a speakeasy? Honestly, a mixture of boredom and curiosity. Looking at your hands, I can tell you've worked hard in your life, right? You're not an inheritor of a ruby mine or in line for a duchy, are you? As working class as you get. Well, years ago, so was I. Dirt poor. My dad gambled the meagre money we had and my family was left in debt. Ooh, we're at 25% likes. And my mother had too many crumpets in her case, if you know what I mean. I don't. She was nuts. She joined the cult of the Deus Irae when I was a kid. Yeah, gambling and booze. When I was a kid and ran away to live in the Northern Wastes, and after dealing with my dad's gambling addiction, I'm not surprised. I know it's too much information for a stranger, but I'm here and I'm drunk, and you asked me, so this is the monkey ball curling or whatever. I'm interested. Well, good. Anyway, when I was working odd jobs for wealthy people, I noticed how much illegal shit they got up to. I remember a rich older woman telling me about how her son was jailed for dealing drugs, and it was the most embarrassing ordeal. Obviously, being me, I asked how much jail time did he get because I'm nosy. She laughed. She literally laughed, some ear-piercing, bat-like screech of a laugh, and said, oh, he just paid a fine. For context, Maria and I went to school with a guy who got caught carrying some whatever woohoo drugs for someone else and is still in prison. Rules don't apply to the rich, and hey, guess what? I'm rich now because my dad's gambling somehow paid off. So now rules don't apply to me either. If I'm caught, I'll pay a fine because who the hell cares? And you okay with that? No, obviously not. But also, why am I the only one who feels guilty about it? I wish I could just enjoy the privilege as much as they do, with no context to distract them from their entitlements. There's one thing I'll never escape, no matter how much I save or who I marry. The fear that I could lose it all again. I just hope if I do, my real friends are still around to buy me drinks. Okay. Alright, I've got one more action. Ooh. Yeah, I need to ask about the lighter in the syringe. Don't show me a photograph of a lighter. If there's something you want to know, ask. Do you smoke? She glanced at her shoulder, scanning the bar to ensure nobody is within hearing distance. I think I can trust you on this. Yes, I smoke every now and again. Just don't tell anyone, okay? Why the secrecy? It's Maria. She hates smokers so much. I enjoy the occasional cigarette, but I'd hate to disappoint my best friend. So I do my best to hide it. I never carry any tobacco in my purse, and when I smoke, I borrow a lighter or matchbox from someone else. Doesn't it become a hassle after a while? I'm conflicted. Best friends shouldn't make each other feel guilty, but perhaps it's better if I quit? Perhaps. Okay, so that is an alibi. If it's not hers, right? Next. Ooh, a cake! Are you making enough for all of us, K-Wolf? Bartender, we meet again. It tends to happen if you visit. What sort of drinks? Sugary drinks, then. You want a mint punch, okay? But I need to get you... No, I've already asked all the questions. You want a mint punch. Woo! Right, the lighter. A lighter? Goddess, I'm not sure what this has to do with me. Are you a smoker? Killian looks uncomfortable, as if recalling an unpleasant memory. He looks you up and down. Absolutely not. The son of a doctor knows better than to engage in such unhealthy habits. Despite his words, Killian twitches nervously. Smart man. So he does smoke. Yeah, so I need to get you to that one. You need to like me more. Alina smokes? I was not aware. I bet you hit. Oh, is that it? Syringe? You'd have access to it. Hey now, that syringe looks familiar. It does? Of course, my mum's a medical professional, so we have some of these lying around her surgery. She even has some at her home practice, behind lock and key, obviously. You should ask Alina about this stuff if you haven't already. Oh, she used to briefly work for my mother and actually used them. Ooh, she did. Yes, it's how we initially got acquainted, you see. She was always a bright thing, but back then she was just a nurse. Now she's coming to wealth, she's really bloomed. Anyway, unlike me, she carried a key and actually had access to the cabinet where these things are stored. Interesting. Naturally, she returned it after resigning, but my mother decided to change the locks nevertheless. Okay. Blondes? I love blondes. Another reason this killer must be stopped. If I don't get... okay, well, let's see it. Evening, Mr. Floor. Floor? 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 Flowery? Floor? Vincent. They say conversation is a dying art, so let's prove them wrong. Okay, what drinks do you like? So you really like an Eastern Ruby. I would like to have more things I can ask you though, so I'm going to give you a femme fatale. do you know about the victim? Vincent looks down when you mention her name. He licks his lips, considering his next words carefully. I've been thinking back to when we met briefly at my accountant's office. She was smart, charming, and she knew when to drop that stiff book-heavy formality and be a little more laid back with her clients. I know she liked to drink. My accountant complained that she turned up worse for wear once or twice, so I imagine temperance was an issue. It was also no secret to my accountant that Natalia struggled financially due to her stubborn gambling addiction. How she managed to finance it is a mystery. I suppose it makes sense that she'd frequent speakeasies after the prohibition, so there really is a killer on the loose then. Apparently. Ghastly. I hope our customers tread lightly. Me too. Okay. What do you think of Killian? He's a boy in a man costume, petty and unkind. I'm against cuffing a child round the ear, but if his mother had lifted a hand now and then, he might have grown up to be a decent human. His family name is a good one, which is why his bad behaviour is a shock. Vandalism, theft, scuffles, also unnecessary when his family has just run into money. Killian is trouble, and those close to him need to show a firmer hand. He's certainly a bit of a brat. Typical of the nouveau riche. They can buy everything but class. That goes especially for Killian. Anything he can't obtain through money, he will attempt to obtain using less savoury means. The boy doesn't understand the concept of the word no. Right. Anything that I need to show you? Do you recognise the lighter? A fancy lighter, not to my taste. What's this about? Do you smoke? Doesn't everyone? We must make the most of the time we have and find joy where we can, ideally with lots of finely toasted tobacco, a choice of drinks, and a friend to share it all with. I agree with that. I mean, I don't. But I want him to like me. Never mistake a lack of vice for virtue. The best people I know smoke, drink, and love a good coffee. The worst man I ever met loved decaffeinated coffee. Decaf only works if you throw it in someone's face. I'm not judging, it was just a question. Then yes, I enjoy the occasional cigar. I can't really help you with that lighter, I'm afraid. It's alright. The Last Drop, that's the speakeasy that was shut down recently. Know anything about it? That's why I got the inspiration for opening the nightcap. You see, I heard the usual clientele there was a bit rough for my tastes. Okay. I don't know if I'm getting anything good. I'm sure dissatisfied patrons have alerted the authorities on a few occasions, but I've met a fair few officers, even detectives and speakeasies. They think the laws don't apply to them. But I think the political climate has shifted. The Birkerby City Council has taken a harder line, and they may even be incentivising officers to close more establishments. The economy may be booming, but the explosion of wealth is far from equitable. Speculators in the radio carriage and whale oil business are rolling in cash, but the public services, and the police in particular, are paid peanuts. The speculators climbed the ladder and pulled it up after themselves. Now they're making us fight each other for table scraps while looking down on us all legitimate business owners and police officers alike. There's a cadence to his voice that makes him sound cold and unemotional as he speaks. It's like he's rehearsed this topic, or maybe he's got sick of talking about it. I'm rambling again. Okay, well, yeah, I've run out of actions. Cool beans. Who's next on the list? It's you. Okay, what drinks do you like? You love ginger ale in your drinks. Copper bullets. It's not weird. Yeah, right, let's go copper bullet if you like copper bullets. Copper bullets do sound quite nice, to be fair. I do like the taste of ginger. Okay. What do you know about Natalia Reid? I guess I've seen her a few times before the murder. She was in the Spire Lounge in the hotel a lot, same as Elliot, Olivia, and even Alina once or twice. Did she mix with anyone else? I saw her and Olivia order together at the bar. That struck me because Olivia was kind of a big deal even amongst that lot, and everyone formed a crowd around her. I saw her hanging out with Elliot once or twice too, usually away from the bar though, over at the Vantage booths. Interesting. Now that I think about it, Alina brought Killian along too. I remember that pretty well because he asked me out. I mean, I don't wear a badge or anything, but do I look like I'm out here trying to date men? Do you recognise the lighter? Do you smoke? There's no way in Hades I can afford cigarettes, though I can swipe some from time to time from Norval, the bellhop. You steal them? Yeah, he's usually drunk on Monday morning, so I can swipe them. But I sure as sugar can't buy any, and Norval is wising up, so it's getting harder and harder to nab some. I was hoping maybe you'd seen it. Tell me about your job. It's 5, maybe 6 interesting things about me, and my job is not one. You really want to hear about the hotel? I'm curious. I'm a maid, believe it or not. I spend most of my time cleaning up after messy, entitled people. Before Prohibition, I worked at the mid-bar for extra money. The tips were decent and less cleaning of bodily fluids was involved. Do you like your job? God, no. Do you? I like my job. Oh, she hated that. Lucky you. One day I'll get out of Bukovi. I'm too old to compete in the martial arts now, but if I wasn't trapped, I could at least grab an airship to anywhere else, really. Why are you trapped? I'm in debt. If I stop working, it will get worse. Once I've paid off everything I owe, maybe I can quit and find something better for me. The friendly local loan shark, Carla, won't send her goons after me as long as I keep paying the interest on my debt, but with the wages from the hotel, I'm not making a dent in the amount I owe. I know what Carla's like. No use worrying till I get wrinkles. Sifu says rainbows need rain, so I guess this part of my life is the rainy season. I'm sure the rainbows are coming. Why'd you visit? Isn't it risky? Probably. Then again, I could get hit by radio carriage tomorrow crossing the road. You have a point. Sifu says boats are safest in the harbour, but that's not what boats are built for. I can't think of anything I love that couldn't kill me. Also, just because something is a rule doesn't make it right. Okay. Good night. We discourage smoking. These are menthol, and they make your breath smell good. If you must, I must. So he uses... Well, he's got matches. What drinks do you want? Minty with soda. No fruit. Feminine drinks reduce male vim and vigor and encourage... Oh my good god. I'm not listening to a word you're saying, my dude. No, I don't like him either. If I could choose who's guilty, it would be him. How's the cake going? Okay. Did you see what happened to Natalia Reid? I don't know who that is. Bukovi is a big city. Would I even remember her? Hey, Deathclaw, how's it going? You made Jello? Nice. She went nearby. This is Bukovi Boulevard. Everyone's nearby. Do you recognize this? Lights on the ground. People lose lights all the time. What's this have to do with me? Don't you smoke? All my life. Well, since school anyway. That makes 2 of us. I was trying to fit in with the popular lads. I needn't have bothered. I'm not sure I even enjoy it anymore, but what I really don't enjoy is the shaking of my hands when I can't find tobacco. If you have any tips for quitting that actually work, let me know. It would save me a great deal of money. Drinking the Jello. Jello shots? I heard you have a bit of a reputation here among my customers. Do you need to be more drunk? Yeah, you need to be more drunk to talk about that. Do you know Peter? Is that a joke? I avoid him, as should you. You seem to dislike him. He's a villain, everyone knows that. He works for that loan shark, Carla. I'm not so sure about that. Everyone pussyfoots around him like he's a gentleman. Pussyfooting around people like Peter is unacceptable. I will not pussyfoot like the rest. Pussyfoot people, Peter! If you repeat pussyfoot over and over, it begins to lose the effect. 1. The point is I don't socialise with men like Peter, nor should anyone with common sense and decency. Noted. See ya. Hello, sad priest. He wants to talk to someone who's not confessing mortal sins. Do you have a favourite drink? Surely something speaks to you tonight. Probably be the night counts that you serve here. Okay. Any reason? Much of life is bitter, might as well embrace it. Mix the bitterness in with other ingredients, makes it palatable. Okay, so you want a night count. Are you a vampire? I've lost it there. Oh, it got him too pissed. God damn it, I wasn't paying attention to that. That's annoying. Right, did I find any more clues to tell you about? Evil stepmother. Glad you're the one conducting these interviews. This is like something straight out of a radio drama. Solid motive, nice work. Still need evidence that she was capable of the crime. The murder weapon might be a good place to start. Okay. The doctor may be a key piece of our puzzle. See if it fits together with the evidence we already have. Should I just talk to him about everything? Cool. Based on his presence alone, I think he's worth considering. He's a key person of interest. Okay. Asking a criminal about crime, smart. Okay. I don't know if any of this is going to lead anywhere, but I don't think there's a downside to going through all of it. He collects debts for a living now, does he? Do you think his criminal past is related to the case? Considering it as an avenue of investigation, debt collection can get violent. Natalia Reid was a gambler, there may be a connection. Someone at the nightcap might know if Natalia had debts. Okay. Do you smoke? Let's keep an open mind. I should keep an open mind by considering myself as a possible suspect. No one's above suspicion. Oh. Worth a try, innit? Interesting. One of the suspects is seen in use syringes while working as a nurse. We can piece something together with this. Prepared to answer any of your questions. She had debts. You should look into how this could be related to the case. Confront Elliot and Alina with this and see how they respond. Put them on the spot. Watch for the quivering lip or the twitching eye. Alright. Bored of crazy time. Briscat. Right. I think my board of crazy might be too small. Killian recognised the syringe because his mother, doctor, used them commonly at her home. Yes, he did have access but so did she. Yeah, she's proficient. Peter collects debts for a living. Natalia was in serious debt. Yup, yup, yup. I don't know what else. No. I've got some more clues there. Who's that? Yeah, we've got stuff for some people. We've got nothing on Elliot. Other than he is a douchebag. Right, we will serve some more drinks in a couple of minutes after the break. I will see you then. I'll shout you out. Dan Berg is awesome and falls off platforms in hell slightly less often than I do. And you should go give them a watch. I can't watch them very much because they live in a stupid country with stupid time zones. But you might also live in a stupid country with stupid time zones, and you might be able to watch them even if I can't. How's that, Dan? Oh, you gonna help us? You gonna help by giving me a wash? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure I'm really grubby. Is that better now? Am I clean? No, not quite. Right.
Point him in that direction. It's Sam.
Mad Dog's dead.
So here's what we're gonna do. Can someone give me? Can I borrow your radio, Lila?
Yes, sir.
Ow! Oh, I made a mistake.
Rampage! Okay.
Sasaki is trying not to murder me. Go guide me toward Mad Body.
Right.
I'm faster than you silly Billy. Ow. This isn't gonna work.
What happens?
What happened in the Grove was a horror, one I won't ignore. But nor will I let a devil roam the coast unchallenged.
Yeah, it was.
Please.
It was a horror. Yeah.
The only devils here.
And we did
are
some
you
horror.
lot.
3. 2. Yeah. We didn't do it on purpose. It got a bit out of hand.
You're not the worst liar I've ever met. But you're daft as a brick if you think I'm going to believe that.
Look, just because I'm daft as a brick doesn't mean I'm bad. Okay, here we go. Okay, we don't like being called daft. Right, let's have a talk to you. Oh, it's you. Well, look who's still open in a world of dwindling light. You're a beacon in the night. I am. I don't plan on playing. Right, so I need to butter you up to get you to talk about basically anything. You want vodka and coffee. A cold winter. Okay. I kind of want to get you up to drunk though, just in case. And you do like a night count. But a night count would only give me one extra question. Let's give you one of these. What? Yeah, because that makes him like me a little bit more. Okay, so there's no point asking you those things until you like me more. Ask you about the lighter. Nice lighter. You want to give me a gift? Customer of the week? Do you smoke? You've seen me smoke. You gave me this lighter 5 years back when we hit up the train depot. And by gave, I mean I pocketed it when you wasn't looking. You stole it? He pulls out a basic disposable lighter. You recognise it immediately. You always bought the cheapest ones. You notice it's still full of fluid. It's almost full 5 years later. Did you quit? He cracks a smile and you catch yourself looking at his dimples instead of his scar. Wish I did, but nah, I use matches these days actually. Why? Because I'm a firm believer in luck, and this is my lucky charm nowadays, especially after what happened at the train depot job. I see. Did you ever try to quit? Many times. Look, I'm trying to cut down, but in this line of work, you got to keep your nerves steady. What's with all these smoking questions? The killer smokes. You smoke, bartender. Do I? You better make sure this new job doesn't make you forget who you really are. Play a role too well, and you might forget you're part of the show. Okay. So the lighter isn't his. What about the syringe? Coward's weapon. The kind of person who kills like that, they're the real monsters. Okay. I need stuff to make you like me more. Natalia's debts. Natalia's finances? Do I look like a banker? I heard she was in debt. She was a gambler and a drunk. Both are expensive hobbies. Have you ever collected money for your boss? You know I have. I'm the muscle and money is heavy. Did you collect from Natalia? Peter leans across the bar. He's close enough that you can smell his cologne. You expect him to tell you a secret or perhaps whisper something, but he doesn't. Instead, he waits until you meet his eye before he speaks. Did you? No. Now, did you have a real question to ask me, like, did you kill her, Mr. Wagner? I don't think you killed her. Just to get you to like me. Glad you still know when to back off. I see. I don't have to explain this to you, but dead people can't pay back their debts. I got no business writing off credit like that. So are we there? Oh, we're good enough to do that one. Have I already done that one? I think we already did this. Ah, but it didn't take an action. That's good. I need like a tiny, tiny bit more affection. Interesting, they're socializing away from the speakeasy too. Ah. Okay. Next time we'll get ya. What can I get you? Do you remember what I said about Natalia? I do. I regret saying it. I regret a lot. I saw my dad yesterday and he's basically a husk. I didn't like her and yeah, she was a floozy, but making fun of her dying like that? That's not me. I see. She threatened to have me written off, but at the same time, if my father was just following her lead, I should be upset with him. Perhaps I need to stop trying to shift my father around like he's a pawn. He's a grown man, he can take care of himself. Anyway, enough about that. I've got so much to ask you about. She likes me a bit. You seem genuinely disturbed about what happened to Natalia. Yes, it's affected me quite badly. Someone dying like that makes you realise money isn't everything. I guess there's more to life than my inheritance. Sometimes I think I should just let them write me off and lose everything. Maybe the fear is worse than the reality. It would be foolish though. If father doesn't give me the money, he'll just waste it at the casino. Maybe something needs to change. I gave up on trying to make him a better person a long time ago, but still, I told myself it was just the company he kept. Natalia wasn't the issue, my father was. When my mother left, he was happy that he had an excuse to gamble. He's not grieving, he's greedy. Maybe it's the alcohol talking, but I've been learning a lot about myself lately. Either way, onto other things and topics, please. Yeah, that's why I confronted Natalia about spending all of father's money. Oh. Who are the people you came with? You know, I don't particularly like the nouveau riche, or the old riche. Killian is sweet but painfully innocent. Wendy has her moments. The only person I really want around me is Maria. What's so good about Maria? She's just the most down-to-earth person. I've known her for most of my life. The others, though, why do you socialise with them? Because they're useful. The wealthy don't see us as people, we're tools. So I've sort of adopted that mindset. But you're rich. You're not getting it. I was born poor. That stain stays with you. For Killian, he was born middle class, so he's close to home. I might be wealthy now, but I didn't come into money through gem mining or property or an aristocratic aunt. Gambling. My father has money now, but all that means is he has more to lose, and gamblers always lose in the end. If I don't ingratiate myself with these people, maybe even shack up with one of them, I'll have nothing again. I'll be nothing to them. In the grand scheme, I'm a blip, a momentary fleeting thing in these people's lives. I've got to hook them in, get them invested, and eventually probably marry one if I want to keep this lifestyle. I just wish I could, I don't know, trust them a bit more. Some of them are decent, I think. But I know where I came from, and I know I won't go back. This has to be my focus. It's quite the plan. I'm a chess player. Planning ahead is what I do. Seems a bit cynical. You mean pragmatic. Seeing how quickly people changed the way they treated me the moment I got money left me a little jaded, I suppose. On good days, I think my new friends aren't like that. They're better than that. Wendy and Killian might have more to them than I admit, but I still don't fully trust them yet. Okay. You and Maria, what about us? Are you two dating? Maria? No, but we're close. I must have been mistaken then. No, I get it a lot. Alina is still blushing. This topic seems to be something she wouldn't discuss unless she really trusts you. Okay. So, she needs to like me more. So we need to get a little bit more up for the smoking. So we give him his favourite. Get him to like us. Perhaps I'm a bit slow. I have no idea what you're talking about. Evil stepmother? Alina's not capable of such things. She's a lady and a good sport, mostly. You should redirect your investigations. Okay. Yes, I've heard Alina rant about her on a few occasions. I bet you hear... You are useless, my dude. No, that can't be. Alina, she's a decent sort and she turned the keys in when she quit and the locks were changed. Okay. Sounds rough. The maid girl, the one that works in the hotel, Clara, avoid her. She's what I would describe as trouble. I once saw her fighting with a known criminal, not just any criminal either, one of those henchmen of a certain mob boss. Which mob boss? I shouldn't stay, but it starts with a K and ends in Arla, a dangerous woman and a threat to everyone. I like this establishment and I quite like Vincent when he's sober. I wouldn't want Clara attracting trouble. Okay, right. Do we know what sort of drink you like? Pirate's Joy. Okay. What sort of story? The original recipe was invented by none other than a pirate captain. I'd quite like to get you a bit more tipsy though. What if I give you one of these? Cool. Did you ever meet Natalia Reid? Natalia, I met her a few times while I drank at the Hotel Jubilee before the Prohibition, obviously. Really? Oh, she also frequented the theatre. I don't blame her, but what I do blame her for is all the noise. She would drink a lot during the intermission and occasionally cause a bit of a scene. Okay. Her name did pop up now and then in conversations with my fellow socialites. She was an accountant who dealt with a lot of the creative types, including my director. She would have been fired if she wasn't so popular with the clients. She formed strong bonds with them over strong cocktails. Interesting. Nonetheless, her death is a great shame. You should talk to Killian about her. Ah, Killian loves a blonde. He tried to hit on you. I'm blonde, wealthy, easy on the eye. I have a pulse. I more than qualify for his affections. Interesting. Okay. Do you know Father Lacey? Yes, I know him well. He's a priest. Does it seem strange that two people so different share the same speakeasy? Not particularly. Well, it's not my place to say, but I don't think he's keeping his vows if he's coming here. And he's such a drag, sitting there clutching his little drink. It's like looking at a child crying at their own birthday party. He was so stoic a few months ago. He's thoroughly morose now. I've asked him what's wrong, but he doesn't like to answer. It's not like I can tell anyone either. Oh yes, I keep seeing Father Lacey at the secret speakeasy we share. I hope he cheers up soon and goes back to his old self. He's always been a big old sad sack, but his droopy face is making the floor tiles sad. Okay. Do you recognise the lighter? What a gorgeous lighter that is. Why are you showing me this? Do you smoke? Only for pleasure. As opposed to business? Plenty of actors smoke to be social. I pity the poor girls who puff away with puckered lips pretending to like it. You enjoy it? Certainly. After sex and before a big show. Calms the nerves. What about your voice? She shrugs, the thick lining of her coat cushioning her face. Everything in moderation, darling. She frowns, furrowing her brows and pursing her lips. What is it? My late husband hated my smoking. I'm remembering a particularly unpleasant conversation we had. Sorry. Don't be darling. I don't tolerate unpleasant conversations with anyone now. Noted. Tell me about yourself. I'm an actress, opera singer, buddy-owning radio host, blah, 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 blah. Radio show. Radio so new and exciting. Precisely. I've already been on the air as a guest, but my new show will be a bit of news, a bit of gossip, and most of all, an advice column all of my own. I think I can teach my listeners a great deal about poise, taste, tact, and how to live with just a bit more extravagance. I've noticed the younger generation, well, younger than me, have lost the gall that defined them. Where's that? That's a question for the scholars, those with minds sharper than mine. Although, if I were to guess, I'd say it has something to do with how quickly Bukovi advanced in the last 30 years. Obviously, I was a child, nay, an infant, when the boom happened. From what I understand, there was such a sharp influx of money into Zara that we created an uneasy mix of industrial giants and lucky speculators flooding into the same social spaces as the established aristocracy. There were no commas in that sentence. Killian's parents are one of that crowd, and they are as tasteless as they come. They have the money and power, but lack the graces, decorum, and sense of permanence that we have. We? Well, figuratively speaking. Killian has the wealth of a sultan, but the demeanour of a grain store supervisor. Though that's just my opinion. You'll hear me expound on my views more eloquently on air next week. She winks, taking the last sip of her drink. There's something about the shrewd look she gives you that catches you off guard. I suppose you'll need to listen in to learn more. Maybe. Your tab. Nice. Okay, next. Evening, Mr. I think I know what he likes, right? Yeah, he likes Eastern Ruby. But maybe I want to get him tipsy. But a night count only gives me one question extra. And there's nothing that has 6. So I guess we might as well go with Eastern Ruby. I don't really know what happens when I fail that, but I don't want to find out. Tell me about yourself. Yeah. 56 years old, so I was around when all the money started flowing into Zara. I was born in a little town that was swallowed up by the expanding city borders last year. Phil, I'm babbling now. What else do you want to know? Family? Flora. Her name was Flora. Me and Flora never managed children. Now it's too late. But perhaps we can talk more on this when we know each other better. Okay. So we need a better relationship for that. So when did you open the bookshop? A decade now. You're a fan of literature? I am. I never took you for the educated sort. A mistake on my part, for sure. It's always nice to meet a fellow enthusiast. The book depositories in this district are in a shocking state. Nothing but grimy, lurid booksellers and nothing of note from local writers. I enjoy fine literature, but I fear with how the publishing industry operates, it's hard to notice books that were created in our towns. Bukovi has a thriving literature scene, but it's dying because of this influx of exotic lightweight fiction. We both know I don't need to work, but a man has to have a hobby. And if that hobby is meaningless, what's the point? Bukovi's golden age was once cultural, music, books, opera, but now our industrial might swells while our souls shrivel. I might be a lowly bookshop owner these days, but stocking the place with the books I love means the world to me. Does that make sense? It makes sense. Okay. A lover boy. Killian going around attempting to charm blondes? Yes, that sounds about right. He's definitely the type to only care about certain looks. Fortunately, all the ladies seem to be smart enough to recognise him for what he is. Okay. Talia's debt. Know anything else about it? I was aware she was struggling with financial issues, but not quite aware of how much. I hope it's not related to her death. Okay, well. Hello, detective. I need to butter you up. We don't know what you like yet. Are you just going to be neutral about everything? Ooh! Found what you like. Perfect as a crime can be. I'm prepared. Okay. We found your favourite. I've already asked him that, I believe. He likes blondes? Not that rare a preference, but it's interesting in this case. Doesn't that remind you of something you already learned? See what you can piece together. Okay. Of course not. The fact that uses matches is certainly worth noting. Okay. I'm willing to test this theory. You'll need to provide me with a clear motive. Okay. It's not an unreasonable deduction, one worthy of running by the people she socialises with. Okay. Shouldn't be the first one to meet that end that way. Good work. All we need now is solid evidence Peter was there. I might have overshared when I had a few too many drinks. Okay. Last thing to talk to you about. Okay. Well, that's everything, I guess. Time for the board of crazy. So, we could match Loverboy with them all being blonde. All of Booker v. Killer's victims have been blonde women, which Killian is known to have a preference for when it comes to dating. It's possible he turns to murder when he doesn't get his way. Maybe. Does that not count as like a... alibi? I don't know if I'm finding everything or not. We haven't got anything about Elliot, have we? hi. Oh, you're in a bad mood. Are you alright, Clara? I don't want to sound paranoid, but someone's out there, someone dangerous. What? When I left on Thursday, I think I was chased. Footsteps were coming towards me fast, so I ran. You were chased? Maybe I'll talk more about it later if you're interested, but for now, you want a drinky drink. I'll give you that and get you drunk. Maybe you will tell me some things. Cool. What do you think of Maria? She's very pretty. I mean, that's what everyone else thinks. I guess they're right. She's so delicate and well dressed, not to mention smart. You fancy her? What happened when you were chased? So she needs to be in a good mood. Did you come from work? No, I work in the hotel, so my shift starts early and finishes early. I have late afternoon and evening to myself, but I'm training real hard just now. Training for what? My grey belt. It's a martial combat thing, right? It's a Bartitsu grading symbol. When I can take my seafood down to the mat, I gain the grey belt. Good luck. Okay. I want to talk to you. I knew nothing about you. I need to not get you pissed. So it needs to not be up to 7. But I want to get you drunk. So it needs to be like 5. Cool. So we can ask that now. How do you have a bit of a reputation? Which ones? I don't care about the idle chatter of scatterbrained women. You assume it's a woman? Great minds speak about philosophy and science. Mediocre minds concern themselves with sport, the papers. Dull minds gossip. Women are the worst for it. It's a bit small-minded. I don't need to be interrogated on my views. We all know women and men's minds work very differently. Those who pretend otherwise are deluding themselves. Elliot stands up and begins searching inside the pockets of his coat. Eventually he pulls out a rectangular shiny metal case. It's ornate and it's engraved with floral details. He opens the case, revealing a dozen cigarettes packed close like sardines. He picks one out and then begins frantically searching again. I'm trying to make this place less smoky. Whatever, I'm calm now. I've already asked him about the lighter. Probably lost it through a hole in my pocket. What do you do for a living? I work for the Arrondissement Property Registry. It's a very important position in the municipality, though often the plebeians treat me like a clerk rather than a senior individual with a great deal of power and influence. Do you enjoy it? Pays bills, gives me time to pursue other interests. What else is there to expect from a job? I make more than most people, that's for sure. Is money important to you? No, but I find it's a good indicator of value. Okay. I didn't know Natalia Reed. I have no idea who she was. Elliot's brow furrowed, and though he's clearly perturbed, you have difficulty reading his emotions. You can stop lying now. What makes you sure I'm lying? Someone saw you with her at the hotel. Elliot pauses for so long you're not sure he heard you. Squinting, he examines the empty glass like it holds the secrets of the universe. Well? Right, yes, Natalia, I knew her, but again, barely. We met once or twice while we were drinking. I intimated I might find her attractive to a degree. She made it very clear to everyone that my feelings were not reciprocated. Why did you lie? Because it was an embarrassing experience and I don't like to relive it. You're a bartender, it should be none of your business. Are you going to serve me or are you done? I'm done. I think it's him. I think it's him, my guys. It's his lighter, anyway. Evening, Maria. Okay. She doesn't know anything about that. Do you know anything about the lighter? That's the lighter, and the reason you're showing me this. I was wondering if you smoked. No, I don't like the smell of the aesthetics, unless you're right puffing away on a pipe while you hammer a typewriter or something. That's a look. Stay quiet. You still smoke? Well, I'm not taking back anything I said. Just quit. It's not easy. Maybe, but this war will kill you quick enough. No need to run faster towards the grave. That's tad dramatic. I just don't understand people. If you know something's bad for you and you still do it, I just don't understand. Another drink? I know, but Alina doesn't know that I know, and I won't make a big deal out of it. Friends know when to keep quiet. Okay. No, you don't know anything about that. I don't know how much use you are to me. Okay. So you like evening prayer? Oh, I knew that already. Did I? I don't know. Ah. Okay. Common sense has been chasing you, my darling, but you can run. Try. Okay. Maybe I've got all the clues. Yes, that's Killian. A dog in heat has more decorum. Okay. Kind of place where you wipe your feet on the way. Not exactly my scene. Okay. Well, that was not useful to me. I give you a drink to make you like me. Keep getting stuck in the corners. Sting of rejection can be a powerful motive. We need evidence, okay? For rejection to be a motive for murder, he'd need to have a short temper. Okay. He lost his lighter and his cigarette case is ornately detailed. I don't know about you, bartender, but I think I see a connection here. Cool beans. Okay. Ding! So... it's a match. Cool. So... no. I don't have any defense for any of them. I don't know how I can get defense for any of them. Can I submit the case? Can I save it and submit the case? I am accusing Elliot Lynn. Why would Elliot Lynn kill Natalia Reid? What's his motive? She rejected his advances. Elliot might try to hide it, but he holds some questionable views about women. If Natalia rejected him, he does not have the maturity to handle that well. I've seen entitlement, self-hatred and resentment in young men like him before. Dangerous. The lighter at the scene belongs to him. He's missing his lighter, and the one we have in evidence matches the decorations on his cigarette case. You sure about this? Once I present your case, there's no going back. I'm confident. Until then. Okay, but I can just still have a... Alright, I need to tell you, she rejected me. Oh. You think I killed Natalia Reid just because you have a crackpot theory about my lighter? For a crackpot theory, it sure seems to get a rise out of you. You want to know what I really thought of Natalia Reid? Yes. You can see the cogs in his head turning as he stares you down. His angry eyes flicker past you to the wall behind your head, then to the glass in his hands. Natalia Reid was an uptight, dirty gold digger who deserved what she got. She was barely ever sober. When I tried to talk with her on serious matters, she called me dull. She was shallow and vapid. The woman had a laugh that could shatter glass and the conversational range of a birch tree. Why did anyone waste time trying to converse with her? She was a personality vacuum. People say I'm awkward, but she was dull as dishwater. Women like her refuse to follow the rules, we should all acknowledge when engaging in the dating arena. She is of mediocre quality as a partner at best, and yet she insisted on holding out for a man far her superior. Instead of you. He slams the glass down with a crack. Little shards of glass catch on the edge of his hand and he wipes them away. If he's injured, he's hiding it well. And why not? I was settling for her and she still dismissed me despite my obvious qualities. See, I mean, I kind of understand it, but I don't understand why men have this logic sometimes. Not all men. I know not all men. But a certain group of men. Of like, they will ask a girl out, or woman. Oh, hello, Euclid. If you come to tell me not all men, because you're not like this. They will ask a girl out, so they clearly want to go out with her. They clearly find her attractive. They clearly want to date her or sleep with her, or bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. You done? You done? You got to sneezels. What was I saying? Yeah, and then when they get rejected, they're all like, oh, but why would I ever want to date her anyway? And it's like, dude, 5 minutes ago, you were wanting to date her. Like, it's obvious you were into her. And now you're rejected and you're feeling bad. So you're like, oh, I never wanted her anyway. It's like, just get over yourself. So it was 100% him. I'm happy we got it right. So I can't give you your favourite because then you'll just piss off home. I'll give you that one. I mean, not that it matters, I guess. Although I suppose we're getting people to like her. It is similar for women. I'm sure women do the same thing. I suppose it's just incels that we see online the most. Goddess is too important to take seriously. You're giving me theology lessons. The goddess in my book has a sense of humour. That's depressing. Why focus on the sun beyond the clouds when you can't see it and the clouds are raining on you? How cheery. Okay. How do you know about this place? One of my congregation, Olivia, revealed its existence during confession, and I thought, wait, was I not supposed to tell you that? Please forget what I said. Yeah, true. True. Anyone who says that they are nice is not nice. Nice is different to good. You need to try to be good, not nice. Nice is transactional. Good is... what's the word? What's the word, Puss? It's a word for when you're doing something without wanting to get something in return. No, the opposite. Altruistic. Nice is self-serving. Good is altruistic. Forget what? Very good. Confession between the priest and the confessor and the mother is a sacred bond that should not be profaned. She burns away all sin. She does she? Indeed she does, but alcohol burns away my sorrows, so I need to reconcile that however I can. Faith is hard. I agree, though when I have a good drink, I imagine the angels can't judge me harshly for something that feels so good. Why are you here? My father passed away. I'm sorry. He didn't pass of old age or anything like that. He died of a disease that was painful, constant, and in essence cruel. That's hard. I know. I wasn't a very inspiring son. He wasn't a very inspiring father either. I still miss him though. I still remember the last advice he gave me. What was it? In life, don't aim for mediocrity. Good advice, I guess. I wasn't finished. Don't aim for mediocrity. For men like us, that's too ambitious. Ooh. Oh. Sometimes I wonder if I've lost my faith and haven't noticed, like when you drop your keys and don't realise until you're facing a locked door. I'm not sure how the goddess can be real when the world is so cruel, but I'm sure fate wouldn't deprive me of one more authority figure who is disappointed in me. Oof. Did you know Natalia Reid? Okay. I mean, I've already done the accusation, so I don't know how much use any of this is. Thoughts on prohibition? I'm a bartender. I mean, yeah, she works as a bartender, but people do illegal work for a lot of reasons. Why do you do it? I do it for the money. Honesty, I respect that. People can be very judgmental when it comes to how we make our money. The greatest luxury wealthy people enjoy is money becomes invisible to them. I don't see the point of the prohibition personally. It seems like a knee-jerk reaction by old men in the Tsaren legislature, literal fossils. Tell you one thing, they're drinking what they want when they want. Prohibition won't make their cheeks less rosy. Are you single? It's complicated, but I'm seeing someone, even if some people might prefer me to be. Who prefers that? Maria mainly, though I can't say many of my friends approve of my love life. Why not? Many reasons. I guess if we discuss in the abstract, we can talk about this even if it's a difficult subject. Sure. I guess what I can't decide is, how do you choose between your best friend and a potential partner? I mean, what's more important, old friendships or new love? Love comes and goes, friends are forever. I used to think that too, but surely a good friend wants you to find love. I don't know. Is a friend supposed to support your choices, or is a friend supposed to tell you the hard truths you don't want to hear? A bit of both. Friendship. I feel like friendship's about letting you make your own mistakes, but then being there to pick up the pieces, right? You might have a point. I need to think about this. I should talk to Maria. We can talk about anything, or we could, but I've been through a lot. I hope she understands this time the guy I like is different. Is he really different? Yes, I think he is. That's nice to hear. Okay. I haven't been making anyone drinks. Aren't you risking a lot by being here? Life's a risk, darling. Well, for some anyway. For me, not so much. Just for other people? That particular type of frown will give you some very deep-set wrinkles. If you must worry so, save your worry for your own problems, not other people's. Look, I doubt this place will be discovered, and if it is, well, imagine the press. Olivia Carmine, thrown in the slammer, locked up, prison for life. Gosh, there would be riots for my release. You seem very confident. I'm kidding, obviously. No, I doubt I'll get more than a slap on the wrist if I'm caught. Makes sense. I don't know if I've got anything to say. You told me about that. Okay. Ding! The calendar's become available in the Home Office after a case has been submitted. You can use it to skip forward to the day of the deadline if you don't want to spend the remaining days serving drinks and socialising with your customers. I think I shall do that. Confirm. The day of the deadline, Hugo returns to the bar an hour before it opens. We're not open yet, I'm afraid. Hugo's expression breaks and he smiles. His eyes light up and he roughly pats you on the shoulder. Good work, bartender. You found the culprit and helped me secure my promotion. Yeah, we did it! We should celebrate, and we're certainly in the right place to do so. What flavour would you like to celebrate with? Surprise me. Anything will have the taste of success in it at this point. Okay. Wake up call. Because I want you to like me more. Coffee may be bitter, but victory tastes so sweet. I can't wait to see their faces back at the station when we put Elliot away for good. He'll never see daylight again. Our case is watertight. Good job, sport. Good job. Hugo flips his notebook closed and looks down at his drink. It's empty. For a moment you wonder whether he'll order another, but instead he meets your eye. It looks like he's just come to a decision. This partnership ended up being a profitable one. I made the right choice when I asked you for help. I'm glad to help. We made quite the team. My intuition, insight and deduction, and your legwork. I wonder, would you do this all over again? Yeah, I'd like to try more detective work. Well, that might be a possibility, but not for a while. A year at least. What are you talking about? I'm going to have to book you. Even if you help to catch a killer, this establishment is still illegal and what you're doing is a crime. What the fuck, dude? When I first came here, I told you had 2 weeks to catch the killer. I lied. I gave myself 2 weeks before I'd shut this place down. The law is the law. Now that we have the killer, I can catch 2 birds with 1 stone. Kill 2 birds, you mean? Come on. Quite. I'm taking your cooperation into account when I put in a good word. But you're still being charged, and with your history, I'm not sure anything I say can save you. You betrayed me. Yes, whatever. I'm a man with a job, and that job is catching criminals. Why did you think this story would have a happy ending? He finally stands up, putting the notebook into his inner pocket. You feel numb as you watch him fix the creases on his coat. It's a shame. Some of the squires at the station could learn a thing or two about police work from you. Let's keep things moving. I have to cuff you. Fuck you, my dude. I mean, we solved the murder though. My most served cocktail was evening prayer. My highest affection was with Peter. I wonder if I should have kept going for more days and like got more information out of people. I missed 3 clues. A year later. I mean, that is true. You can't lock your informants up. Because no one's going to be an informant then, are they? Oh dear. So it is the same group of people then. So it maybe would have been worth keeping at it. And getting better relationships with everybody. Okay. What are we thinking? Are we enjoying this? Are we doing the next case? All right then. I want to know, Frosty. Tell me how to pronounce it. It is a nice game. I wonder if there's multiple endings as well. Like, I don't know what would have happened. If I'd got that wrong, would I have had to go back to the beginning? Floar? Floar. An hour before opening, Vincent Floar descends the stairs and enters the speakeasy underneath his bookstore. He sits down in front of you with a big smile, his eyes twinkling with mischief. You know all about mischief, don't you, Pussums? Hmm? Are your eyes twinkling with mischief? The grand opening of the nightcap. Ha! I haven't felt this excited since, well, not for a while. Let's make this a success. I applaud the enthusiasm. Very good. My relationship's back down to nothing, though. With the illusion of certainty comes complacency. A firm belief that all establishments have been closed makes funding continuous efforts to try and find new ones redundant. Consider it reverse psychology. Surely no one would attempt to open an illegal establishment in the same place twice. That way of thinking is exactly why here and now poses the least risk. What would happen if we do get caught? The constabulary are no longer trying to send a message. At worst we might get a fine, but with business booming it wouldn't set us back more than a month of profits. When I was hiring, I made sure to find an honest professional bartender who needed the work. I picked you for this risky venture because I needed someone with a sense of adventure and a clean record. Oh, I'm someone different now. Okay, I'm a new person. With the current cost of living, I had to become adventurous. Yes, Bukovi and all of Sara at breaking point. I will find ways to use my modest fortune to keep the economy vibrant and the good people happy. Now, might you be good enough to make me a drink? What do you fancy? Okay. Hi, buddy. Oh, we've got some different things now. Okay. I know you liked Eastern Ruby. We can go up to 9% now. That's exciting, isn't it, Puss? Hmm? Let's give you a night count. I don't know if they've got the same preferences for drinks. You're getting better at this. For reference, I'm a big fan of orange. If you've got something behind the bar with orange, I'm all for it. Make sure to stay kind, professional, and consistent with the quality of the drinks. Ah, I don't know his favourites anymore, so it's like completely starting again. Okay. Well, we will chat to this well-dressed lady in a couple of minutes after the break. Right, where did I need to swim? Like here? What are you? Can't get you. Ooh. I got eaten by a shark. Cool beans.
Alright. Yeah, and so how it works is, as you noticed earlier, so if you hold left click, like I can talk into the radio even though I don't have one, just by standing next to you, and then on the other side everyone would be able to hear me.
So,
Okay,
you mean
so-
just how walkie-talkies work?
Murder! Murder! Murder!
Ow.
You look so sinister, covered in blood.
I just
I hope
witnessed a crime.
Reminds me why I thought it was a good
This
idea
is
to
kind
play
of
with these
messed up
guys.
too. Oh my god, I feel bad. Ah!
Avenge me!
What we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to split the weight evenly between us and just separate, so that way, if it
They
gets
don't
one of
seem
us,
very sad that I'm dead.
we're not totally at a loss, you know?
Oh.
So, oh, uh-oh. Hurry, Lilith.
Lilith just fly across the background. Choo-choo! 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 I don't know what noise hot air balloons make. Choo choo! Oh, sorry. It's so sad. This game's really sad. It makes me cry. Wait, what? I found a hole. Okay, that's not quite what I meant to do. Right. A tall, dark-haired woman sits down at the bar deliberately. Her smile is gentle, but her gaze is focused. What a fascinating place. You really managed to capture the atmosphere of Old Bukovi. Classy, but informal. Thank you. I ran my own bar for years before the politicians dared to pass this damn prohibition bill. For a while, the frustration lingers on her face, then she lets out a sigh and continues to speak. Being here, it brings back memories, both happy and sad. My name's Sandra. Might I ask how long has this place been here? It opened up today, actually. Oh, congratulations. Is it your first time running a bar? More or less. I've never been in charge before. I see. In that case, would you care for some advice from someone with a bit more experience? Sure, I'd love to learn more. Let me get a good measure of you first, see what I'm working with. Even before Prohibition, part of the job was learning to work with what you have. Liquor supplies wax and wane, you won't always have every ingredient in stock, but there's always a way to get new booze if you know the right people, right? Right. A bartender's goal is to learn the favourite flavours of their customers and use what they have available to meet their demands. I see. Okay, what kind of flavour do you fancy? Telling that would ruin the challenge. You'll need absolute perfection to gain my approval. Let's see if I can impress a veteran. But you're not telling me anything about what you want. I'm gonna go one night stand. You look like that sort of a person. Like in a fun way, not a judgy way. Solid use of ingredients and adequately mixed. Good but not perfect. If you can make sure to keep your quality consistent and your customers happy, there's a bright future ahead for this place. I'll do my best. Now you can show me your small talk skills for a bit if you'd like. Although by the looks of it, I'm already confident this place is in the right hands. Always up for some small talk. Are you in with anyone tonight? I don't have many friends here these days. You know how it is. You change jobs or you're out of town for a while and you just lose touch with one another. Any friends in Bukovi? Well, there was one guy I thought I could count on for a good time. Maybe I still can, but I'm worried he'll let me down just like the others. I'm sure you still can. You might be right. I feel a bit restless in Bukovi nowadays. I always thought I had friends here, but I'm not so sure anymore. There are still good people here. Maybe a couple. Goddess, you might be one of them. You're a good talker, you know. Relaxed. I get the feeling that if bad stuff is going down, your nose is clean. My nose? All I'm saying is that maybe you're alright. But everyone else, the dogs, the bougie dames, the rich, nouveau or otherwise, they're only masquerading as decent people. They might become your customers, but they're not your friends. Don't ever forget that. And if you can, do the same thing every smart Bukovite does before long. What's that? Leave. Get out of this damn city before you get too attached to it, like me. I'll keep that in mind. Any more advice? You want more tips? Do you think I'm some sort of wise teacher here to inspire the next generation? I don't think I'm make for a very good guide. Next generation? You're not much older than me. Was who in prologue? She? No. These 3 people are all people we haven't met before. And I think I'm a new person too. I guess not. I sure feel pretty old these days though. Alright, I guess I could still teach you a thing or two if you answer some of my questions first. So I don't know if anything that we did in the prologue carries through. What questions? Just a few things I'm curious about really. I've only ever run legitimate bars. I want to know how you'll choose to run your speakeasy. Are you the kind of bartender who thinks the drink's the most important part of the speakeasy, or is it all about the conversation? Bars are for making friends. I see. Personally, I think the drink's pretty important, but I admit it, you're a good conversationalist. You probably make friends easy, I always like to get a read on people's priorities, but I'm also curious about their values. Do you trust figures of authority like politicians or police, or are you more of an anarchist? I do what I believe is right. Agreed, you've got to follow your gut. Deep down, we all know the difference between right and wrong. So, those are your values, but what about your future? What are your plans for this place? Do you intend to make the speakeasy your home, or is it just a springboard to some greater purpose? I want to make something out of this place. You really mean that, don't you? I fear you might be making a mistake, but I wish you the best of luck. I hope it works out for you. Now, I promised you some more bartending advice, didn't I? Yes. Then I have 3 more tips for you. All really simple, but something many bartenders tend to forget. 1, make the customers the drink they ask for. 2, when they ask you a question, it's not always the truth they really want. And 3, when you struggle to get a read on someone, consider their actions, not just their words. Got it. Really? Really? I don't think that'll be changing anytime soon either. Actually, I don't plan on getting behind a bar right now. I'm keeping my head down until this prohibition blows over and I can get my old bar back. You probably won't see me around too often, but it seems this place is in good hands. You'll be fine. See you later, kid. Bye-zy bye. A man with Euclids. It's not a scratching post. Oi. Oi. Hi. A man with dark hair talks with his tall friend before approaching the bar and sitting down. Good evening. Hello, I'd love a drink now. Any preferences? Quite fond of coffee. It's a wonderful beverage. Perhaps you could work it in somehow. I will see what I can do. I'm not as refined as I look. Don't worry about perfection. Just make it strong and colourful. Okay. Coffee, 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 coffee. That one's got coffee in. Is anything else got coffee in? I don't think so. Sometimes the pursuit of perfection leads us astray, but today you've not missed the mark. Cheers. Thank you, I'm Lucas. I was invited by Vincent. He's a family friend. You said friends were coming. Yes, that's me. I confess, I don't go out often. I work so much. Though I enjoy a dinner party now and then. This place is a little rough around the edges for me. What do you mean rough around the edges? It looks beautiful. Oh, don't get me wrong. I like it a lot. There's so much life and energy here. I'm just adjusting to it, slowly. I've also brought a +1 with me, Bjorn, the robust fellow over there. If he orders anything, let me know and I'll pay. It's kind of you. I brought him here, so it's only fair, right? Thanks for the drink. Love the look of the bar. Very rustic. I'm not a big drinker, but it's making me nostalgic for, well, pre-prohibition, I guess. Really? Yes, I think so. I'll go join my friend now. If I don't see you again tonight, have a great evening. Have a good one. A large, bushy-bearded man sits at the counter. He takes a long look at the row of alcohol behind you with inquisitive eyes. Good evening. Can I get a drink? Anything you fancy? Simple and strong, please. Simple and strong. So not 9, because that'll get him pissed. But maybe 7, maybe that. Very nice, thanks, pal. Name's Bjorn. I work in the factory a few districts over. Nice to meet you, Bjorn. What brings you here? Lucas invited me. He's the well-dressed lad with short black hair and round glasses. You mean the only other person in the bar? Are you local? Yes, I moved to Bukovie a few years ago for work. What sort of work? Metalworking. Used to build ships in Scotia. Now I work metal for industrial machines, heavy stuff like farming equipment and infrastructure. How are you liking the city? Expensive and unfriendly, or maybe I'm just bad at making friends. Secret speakeasies and sneaking around in the shadows isn't really for me, but Lucas asked nicely. Speaking of Lucas, I should find him. Thank you for the drink. My pleasure. I guess we're done? Are we? Oh no, we're not. We haven't even got a mystery yet. How are you and Bjorn getting on? I've tied myself in knots trying to figure him out. I think I need a drink before I talk about this. Okay, so you're not drunk enough for that. You work on the Boulevard too, right? Yes, in the International Business Office of the Grand Central Bank. How's business? Good, for now. I've been promoted a few times, and if I keep working hard, I may make assistant manager next year. Your job sounds interesting. Thank you. Few would agree, but it's steady and pays well. I mean, I can't retire quite yet, but I can afford nice food, good coffee, and as many cocktails as I can handle. It's probably a good idea to have an essential job to avoid conscription. Are you worried about the war? We don't use that word at the bank. It tends to make our customers nervous. But yes, unrest slows business, and I worry that most of the borrowing and loans we see right now are disaster investors and profiteers. Why would anyone stockpile food now if not to benefit from it later? Who's stockpiling? Seems to be more expensive luxury items we see being bought in bulk and stockpiled, mainly by former currency speculators from Belgium and Bulgaria. Currencies are too unstable, so they've changed their focus. Do you think the war is inevitable? I just work in a bank. But I feel like we're already in the next turning, you know? That's the theory that history turns in 4 phases over and over, and right now we're turning into phase 4, conflict. I hope I'm wrong. Business looks to be going well enough. Okay. What do you do for fun? Every day I try to do my main 3 activities. If I miss any, I really am very grumpy. But if I do all 3, I'm ready to face the day. What are they? First is the morning coffee routine, obviously, but I also like to crumble a brown sugar biscuit over some fresh yogurt, whatever berries I can find. On special days, I drizzle some lavender honey on top. Then I go out in my garden and feed my cat Martha and see if the little finch is eating from the bird feeder. I call him Barthélemy. And then I have an ice-cold shower. Really? Yes, indeed. I feel the ice-cold water clears my head and wakes me up more effectively than a single sauce Arabica dark blend medium roast with sugar. What do you do for fun? Glue pennies to the road and watch people try to pick them up. I'm gonna say that. You do what? Well, we all find amusement in our own ways, I suppose. Thanks for the distraction. I feel I'm getting better at this small talk. We are done, my dude. Bjorn? What sort of drinks do you like? Simple and strong. That's not helpful to me, my dude. Did you see the news about the peace talks today? Are you joking? Huh? There's no chance of peace now. Treaties between the Alliance and the Rusalka satellite states mean they're unifying to clear a way for invasion through the Eastern Peninsula. That's bad. How do you not know this? How do all of you in Bukovie not know this? I keep trying to talk to Saran people about what's happening in the world. They look back at me like I'm reading them a story from a fiction novel. You're right, we need to face the realities of war. I understand that war is frightening, but it is going to happen. We're running out of time, but everyone in Sara wants to pretend this party can go on forever. Why are you so sure it's coming? In my last job, I worked on these long reinforced barrels for Earthshaker cannons. These things had to have striations that were 3 whole inches long to stable the munitions. That's because the shells carried a payload. The engineers dreamed it up last month. They call it Promean Flame. It costs 800 brass per ounce to produce, and it burns human flesh down to the bone. You don't make something that expensive and that cruel unless you plan to use it. The weapons of the last Pan-Nation war made 1 million widows. The weapons of the next war won't leave anyone to grieve. Is it that bleak? Look, I don't think it's completely hopeless. There may be a way we all come out of the other end of this thing, but we need to start behaving like our time is limited and precious, because it is. Even if you think war doesn't affect you, this mad grain rationing is ineffectual and it stops all the alcohol production. We can only hope the world sees sense, and soon. What a place. You're close with Lucas. I'd like to be. What's stopping you? He's a fine fellow, a gentleman. We know each other a little. And? And, well, I like him a great deal. We're not close friends, though I would like that, but I like him as more than a friend, you see. Oh, do you now? How did you meet? Upstairs, actually. I'm not much of a reader, but I needed an ornithology book to help me identify a species of robin. He was nearby reading about coffee beans, I believe. I think neither of us are accustomed to talking with strangers, but we both made a go of it. I hope he realises I want a deeper relationship than casual book chats. Maybe tell him. I feel I've put all my cards on the table, but I also wonder why he's interested in me at all. As a friend, a companion, or anything else. Perhaps he has a business reason. Could you help his business? I don't think so, no. I suppose I just need him to talk more openly. I think so. How's your family? Doing their best. I send money home and it helps. My brothers spend it all on their vices, and my mother spends her share on food for them all. And your father? My dad lies at the bottom of the Albion Sea. I'm sorry about that. He died doing what he loved, being a drunken dafty on a big boat. Thing is, 9 times out of 10, if there was an accident, it was his fault. Not this time, though. What happened? Friendly fire from an Albion frigate during the Europa War. Big hole in the fore. The ship sunk like a straw into drink. Straight down. Sorry. Better people have died worse. My 3 brothers should all learn a lesson from Dutter's death, but they won't. You don't get on? I try. 3 brothers, 3 problems. Anstrom, Caleb, and Dambo. That's them in order of crisis. Let's start with Anstrom's problems. The fighter. You can't go into a pub, those are still open in Scotia, without chinning someone. That means hitting them in the face. Why is he violent? He's the youngest, and I think deep down he's scared he'll be conscripted, but he would never admit to that, so he's out there every night with something to prove. He's picking fights to prove he's the big man. Me and my brothers are all big men. But violence doesn't make you the big man, it makes you a bully. How about Caleb? The drinker. Plenty of those in Scotia. He's making his own moonshine now. Considering where I am right now, maybe I'm not the one to talk. But I think if you bring moonshine out of bitter berries, you should sell some of it. Especially when you're drinking so much every night you can't see. And Dambo? The lad chases anything in a skirt, and I'm fine with that, but he has to be straight with them. Every Friday night some scandalised father or angry husband turns up at my moor's door. That's when the noise awakens Anstrom, he runs downstairs and there's a Barney. A wee man gets thumped and my brothers have ruined some poor soul's night. Can you have a word with them? My mother asked me to step in. I could even have got one of them come through and stay with me in Berkavy, set them straight. Only got space for one though. Problem is I don't know which one. They all look up to me and I feel like I could keep them on the straight and narrow when I was back there, but here, that's rough. Hey, can I put you on the spot here? You've been a real good listener tonight. Can I ask your opinion? Sure. Anstrub, Caleb, Dambo, the fighter, the drinker, the philanderer. Which one can I help? Which vice can be cured? Violence, drinking, or heartbreaking? Ooh. I don't think prohibition's a good place for an alcoholic, which he clearly is. I don't think we want to subject the women of Bukovi to Danbo, so I think Anstrom. Anstrom's just afraid. Help him. I know he is. I just want to give him a big cuddle and tell him we're all frightened. So maybe I'll follow your advice. I'll think on it. Better hit the tracks. Okie dokie. You, can I talk to you? Your friend's in love with you. No, you need to be drunker. Okay, well. Screw you then. Wait. I've got clues. I don't have any clues. Whoops. Ding ding! Vincent enters the bar, followed by a man dressed in a long coat with piercing blue eyes. They sit next to each other, but their body language makes it clear they do not want to be near one another. As the men settle into their seats, you can see Vincent's face is still red, though he's trying to calm himself. Hugo, meanwhile, adjusts his coat awkwardly and coughs. It's clear the 2 men have been arguing outside, and though they're quiet now, the atmosphere is tense. After an awkward silence, the man speaks. Well then, detective, now we have some privacy, perhaps we can talk this out like civilized men, or by all means continue your tirade. Yes, it's better we talk here than continuing our argument in public in the streets. Now, Mr. Flower? Despite all those protestations, you knew about the illegal bar the whole time. In fact, though you feigned ignorance when the culprit was caught, it was originally all your idea. And 1 year later, I returned to find you have the audacity to reopen the speakeasy, this time with a new sidekick. You narrowly avoided ruin by shifting the blame, and having learned nothing, you're doing the same thing all over again. You've gone too far. You had no issue with keeping the place open when it suited you in your career. You used this place as a hunting ground to catch your suspect. I'd say you got what you wanted, constable, or should I say detective. Your promotion was one with my help, and dare I say it, you enjoyed more than the odd tipple while on the job. Backstabbing bastard. Yeah. I operated entirely within the law and made the best of the situation to ensure the safety of the people of Bukovi. Safety of the people of Bukovi? Vincent lets out a hollow, sarcastic laugh. No. We're looking at them. We're some new person. You climbed the ladder and kicked it away. Oh, in the prologue, no, we were a different person. In the prologue, we got sent to jail. Presumably, that person's still there. You climbed the ladder and kicked it away when you got to the top. The last bartender didn't deserve to be hung out to dry like that. Despite my help and cooperation in apprehending that vile killer, Elliot Lynn still got away, and the speakeasy was closed down. Hugo takes a deep breath, trying to calm himself, but it's not really working. That's beside the point here. You used your influence and connections to avoid any real repercussions. A slap on the wrist for breaking prohibition. And worst of all, it wasn't even an oversight on your part, it was a plan. Both men seethe. They turn away from each other, but the tension doesn't recede. So, drinks? Vincent and Hugo both look at you dumbfounded. It seems the two were caught off guard, though eventually Hugo snaps out of it. I'm not here to drink, I'm here for important business. What sort of business? Yeah. Hugo pulls out a newspaper from his coat and sets it down on the counter. It's from roughly 1 week ago with the headline, New Money Heiress Dies at Tea House. An ambulance was rushed to the tea house, the tea terrace, yesterday when Alina Dragos, wealthy heiress and competitive chess player, suddenly collapsed and started convulsing. Although medical staff swiftly arrived on the scene, all help came too late for young Alina, who passed away of asphyxiation. Bukovi police has closed the tea house and started an investigation as Alina had no prior health problems that could account for the sudden onset of these symptoms. Tea terrace owner Feng Bai was among the first questioned. Several other witnesses have also been brought in for questioning, including the friends who were present during the incident, as well as the famous singer and radio show host Olivia Carmine. Let me lay my cards on the table. I was assigned to this case, and I'm currently struggling to find a lead. Through no fault of my own, progress has been slow. Too slow. I need your help. I don't know your face, which is usually a good thing in my line of work. Mr. Floar here is already on thin ice, but I wouldn't want to put a stain on a clean record like yours, so please work with me here. Last year, both Alina Dragos and 3 of the witnesses mentioned in this article all visited the speakeasy. Those witnesses were Killian Durand, Maria Poper, and Wendy Brooker. I'm also certain Mr. Floar couldn't pass up the opportunity to mention the Nightcap's grand reopening to a circle of friends, which I believe includes Feng Bei, the owner of the tea terrace. Vincent looks away annoyed. It seems Hugo is right. In other words, you've direct access to all my suspects. Fortunately for you, I'm not coming here empty-handed. Take a look at this. Hugo pulls out a photograph of a letter. Instead of being written by hand or typewriter, the words are constructed from characters cut out of different newspapers and glued to the paper. If I don't find an envelope containing the agreed upon amount at the usual place, your secret won't be a secret much longer. Alina, you've missed your payment for the 2nd week in a row. Do I need to remind you what is at stake here? Blackmail? Exactly. We found it while searching Alina's home looking for clues. It may just be a coincidence, but money is a powerful motivator. If Alina stopped paying, whoever was blackmailing her may have the motive to kill her. Considering Feng Bai poured the tea, she's naturally our prime suspect. Alina was likely poisoned after all, but this letter complicates things. Perhaps someone in her circle of friends was desperate for money. Here's the deal. I've thoroughly interviewed every suspect, and none of them opened up to me, so I can't get them to speak. So I want you to gather information from these people without them knowing it. Yep. We did the prologue. Well, it's not in my resume, but and what guarantee do we have that you won't betray us like you did last time? I'm not required to give a guarantee. All I can say is that I learned from my past experiences. See, I can be humble. I can compromise. Can you two? Seems we have our backs against a wall. What do you say? Sure, I trust you will adjust my vent to compensate. It seems Alina wasn't the only one being blackmailed. Jokes aside, despite your clean record and family name, it's unlikely we'll walk away unscathed. Best to cooperate and prevent the worst punishments. If you're willing to do this, then I'll consider you a true friend of the Floar family. My superiors have given me a deadline, 2 weeks. Okay. Okay. We're doing this again. I don't know how many cases there are. Okay, Killian's here. Glad to see this place open again. There's so many ways to look at the world, and sober is the worst one. Hello again, Killian. Again, I don't recognise you at all. Where did we meet? I worked at the Spire Lounge, remember? Killian eyes you up and down, and for a moment there's a glimmer of recognition, but then it's gone. Are we, that woman... The hotel maid? Well, don't dilly-dally, mix me something. What do you like? Okay. Do I know? No, I don't. Okay. Can't remember what he liked last time. Right, we can't give him anything too strong. He is a lightweight. Preferably something that's 4 to get him drunk. What do we have that's 4? Wake Up Call or Pirate's Joy? Okay, he doesn't mind it. Okay. What sort of drink do you like? Can you elaborate? Rum. Okay, he likes rum. You seem agitated. What's the matter? Don't be coy. Everyone who has the ability to read newspaper can make a solid guess why I'm not in the mood for conversation. I can't look at my friends the same way ever again, and my parents have never listened to a word I say. I'm all alone with nobody left to trust. I'm sorry to hear that. You get the Okay. I need to make better friends with him. Will you tell me about her death? Why asking me about this? If you've been reading the papers, you'll understand as much as I do about what happened, which isn't much, admittedly. Okay. You're telling me someone was leeching away her wealth this whole time? That's appalling. Who would do such a thing? Oh. Family. I resent them and I'm certain they resent me. I've never been given a single ounce of trust or respect in my entire life. Every aspect of my existence is subject to their whims. And while under their roof, I have no comeback. My family has produced esteemed professors, lawyers, teachers, doctors, the works. I come from a family who expects some degree of academic success. How could such smart people not see that I was unable to follow the path? I'm just not cut out for such a life. I tried my hardest, but never had the ability or interest to pursue any of those textbook subjects with their big words. They let you down. I managed to escape that life for a while, but my freedom was short-lived. A few weeks ago, I was thrown back into that gilded cage. And I can see the wealth, but I cannot touch it. I'm like a child who never tasted sugar, led into the candy store, but told to suck on lemons. Don't mind me, I'm in a foul mood. I've talked more than enough about my parents. Maybe the alcohol is loosening my tongue a bit too much. Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So... yeah. Someone's in a bad mood. It's been a long day. I don't know how I drag myself here. Most nights I just flop into bed and try to sleep. And fail. I get home from working, it seems good, and I don't even want to read or play chess or anything, really. That's rough. Now I'm here, I'm not sure it was worth it. Maybe a drink will help. What do you like? I don't remember what you like either. Try that. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, but come back. What drinks do you like? Yeah, it can't be easy to lose someone like that. It's not. Do you want to talk about it? Talk to you? I barely know you. I haven't even talked to my family about it. I don't know what to say. You were close. Yeah, though we would fight. But if you care about someone, you fight with them. You fight for them, right? You going to be okay? No, but thanks for asking. You know, I can't believe how many people turned up at the funeral. There were so many speeches. That's good? I suppose so, but it made me feel like such a tiny part of her life. How close was I to her? Seems they all took up so much room. There was so much grief. It left me no space to feel anything. I didn't feel resolution. I felt squeezed out. I was still mad at her too. She didn't listen to me, but in the end she knew she was doing something wrong. And when she was gone, I was just another friend she disappointed, nothing more. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You were there. That's what counts. At the funeral? Sure, but I wasn't there before when she actually needed me. Thanks for trying to make me feel better, but it's no good. I'm going to feel terrible about this for a long time. Forever. And that's what I deserve. No. What's this? Is this your idea of a sick joke? This letter was found in Alina's home. No, I don't believe you. That's not... She was not that kind of person. You have no idea what the letter could be talking about? None whatsoever. Anyway, chess, you said. Not much these days. You're not playing anymore? Seems so pointless now. Maybe Alina would have wanted you to keep playing. Would she? Competing in chess took so much away from her. I think she wanted out of that world. She wanted out of a lot of things. Worst of all, I was playing chess with Alina just before she died. Of all the things we could have shared. Coffee, a walk in a park, a hug, but no. More chess, more competition between us. She was cheating. Even those games of chess were a lie, or at least a trick. She couldn't beat me fairly. She was cheating. How was she cheating? Point is, it wasn't supposed to be me versus Lena. It should have been us versus the world. Huh. How's your work going? I need some time off work to, I don't know, figure out what I do next, but I can't afford it. If there was ever a way for me to escape the tailor shop life, well, that path is closed off now. Really? I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so far both people we've talked to wanted money. She wanted to escape her job. The dude wanted to escape his parents. So they've both got motive. That one guy that put a Morse device up his butt. I mean, that's very random. But sure. I just got a thing for speak to every customer at least once. But, I mean, I've spoken to her before, so I don't know why I got that achievement. Hi. Love you, buddy. Hey, Clint. Hey. Love you. Thanks. And Killian told me it was open again. I thought he was playing one of his childish pranks. I visited often before that kerfuffle last year. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm Wendy Brooker of the distinguished Brooker family. Enchanté. Pleasure's all mine. Would you like a drink? What flavour do you like? Anything exotic? Classy but not too subtle. You want something extravagant. extravagant and exotic. Maybe that? What, puss? No. Yeah, but come straight back. We have things to discuss. Did you hear about what happened at the tea house? Hear about it, dear bartender. I was there. It's quite tragic what happened to Alina, especially considering what she was up to in the months leading up to her death. Alina was doing something shady? I'm not sure if I should say. I was her confidant and closest friend, after all. I'm sure she would forgive me for telling you this, especially if it could be a vital clue in learning what caused her sudden, unfortunate death. You see, roughly 6 months ago, Killian nonchalantly mentioned that he found a bottle of Focerta in one of Alina's drawers. Maria was there when he told me. What is it? It's a type of medicine commonly used to treat psychosis, but it can also produce periods of intense focus and concentration with the right dosage. During the war, officers often received injections to help them in the field. Such drugs are sometimes used by diplomats or those working in espionage, or even in some high-pressure business environments, but Alina belonged to none of those groups. She is, however, a very competitive chess player. Medication taken without prescription is a dangerous choice. Given that she was playing against Maria that day, well, sadly it all adds up. Adds up to what? Alina never learned quite how to lose. If she took a higher dose than usual to ensure she'd win games that day, it might explain why she started convulsing. Ah, so maybe that's how she's cheating. Maybe she didn't have Morse devices up her bum. Maybe she was doping. An overdose? It's only my theory, of course. Like I said, both Killian and Maria knew her well too. Perhaps you should ask them. Perhaps I will. Okay. In my I thought she was telling me she didn't know anything. My family would know how to deal quietly with these sorts of hiccups, but poor Alina was never blessed with that kind of old money wisdom. If only she confided in me. Okay. What's your story, Wendy? My story? Well, I'll share if you will, darling. What's your story? I'm just trying to survive in the city. As are we all, darling, but most of us can express that in a more interesting way. My own path from rags to riches was more rocky. Not that I was ever really in rags, not even close, truth be told. My family was always wealthy, though we fought hard to avoid ruin. What happened? My father was in business with his brother. What, Euclid? You're just staring at me. What time is it? It's not time yet. It isn't time yet. You stop looking at me like that. It isn't time yet. When I was a child, we travelled around Sara visiting the hotels my family owned. 3 in Bukovi, 4 in Timiru, 2 in Constanta, and 1 in Talhassa. I never had a real home, just a hotel room, some spending money, and an angry, absent father. That's my headphone, but thank you. Hi. No mother? Over 10 years, there were 5 different women who asked me to call them mother. I never did. My real mother died young. I'm sorry. Don't worry, darling. I was well looked after. I had nannies, aunts, and servants aplenty. But the constant upheaval made me strong, adaptable, ready to thrive in new environments. What of your family? I don't know. There aren't many of us left. Interesting. We all have our own little backstories, don't we? And each time we tell a stranger ours, we reinvent ourselves. Thanks for sharing, darling. Any friends in tonight? Everyone's my friend when they're looking for a beautiful woman on their arm, or need to share gossip about a rival or an enemy. Are you sharing gossip about a rival or an enemy? But are you close with anyone here? No, dear, I wouldn't say so. I don't let people get close to me unless I know their true nature. It takes me a while to warm up to people. Close friends are a rare and special thing. We treat romance like it's the highest form of love, but romance comes with complications. Complications? Absolutely. Romance is a relationship with vested interests. In romance, we seek monogamy, adoration, sex, but in a friendship, we seek only connection. Really? Close friendships are worth more than romantic partnerships, but not all friendships must be close to be worthwhile. There are 3 different types of friendship, each with a unique value. My face is covered in cat hair, Puss. It's so tickly. So tickly. Yeah, thanks for putting more cat hair on my face. It's so tickly. 3 types of friendship? Absolutely. I've given it a lot of thought. What are they? As I tell you each of these categories, I want you to think of your friends. You guys do this too. Hold them in your memories, then see where each falls. Ready? This is exciting. Indulge me, darling. Are you ready to start? Let's go. First group of friends are the fair weather friends. You've heard this term? Sure. They turn up when you pop open a bottle of bubbly at the start of the night, but disappear when you're crying into your glass at 3 a.m. They're the first at the party, the last to visit you in hospital when you drunkenly fall down the stairs again. The second group is the Klingons. They attach themselves to you like a barnacle, refusing to give you an inch of space. Are you recognising yourself in this one, Pusscat? Klingons wear out their welcome. They are the party guests who litter your home when the atmosphere has gone stale and the night becomes morning. Even as the sun rises, they fail to do or say anything of interest. The third and final type of friend is the life force vampire. They suck the energy from the room with their victimhood, complaints, moans and grievances. Life force vampires are the worst of all. Utter bores. They take and give nothing back, and they never dance with you. What dreadful people. Isn't that a cynical view of friendship? I don't sugarcoat things, darling. Maybe people have other views of friendship, but many think like I do. At least I'm honest about my opinions. Oakley dokley? Thanks. Do we know each other? You're on that radio show. Yes, I'm sure we know one another a little, and obviously everyone feels like they know me from the radio show. Familiarity breeds comfort. And this is one cosy little speakeasy you have here. Look at you moving up in the world, or sideways at least. Let your lips spill secrets they shouldn't. Gossip, darling. You want a pirate's joy. Okay. Is that what I want to give you, though? Maybe I want to get you a bit drunk. What happened at the tea terrace? The police forbade me from giving out the GC details on my radio show, but they didn't mention anything about telling you. There I was, enjoying a cup of my favourite chamomile tea and planning new topics for the show when a trio of girls entered. Alina Dragos, Wendy Brooker and Maria Paper sat down and ordered a pot of tea. Feng Bai took the order and returned with a teapot and a chessboard. After an hour of playing, the doors opened once more and in stepped none other than Killian Durand. Shortly after, Alina and Maria began bickering about something. Eventually things calmed down and Killian sat down to watch the chess game. He struck up a conversation with Wendy on the sidelines. This continued for 3 hours or so before eventually it happened. Alina began violently coughing, then convulsing until she passed out on the floor. It all happened so quickly. By the time the medics arrived, it was too late for her. I should be clear, I like gossip and a good story as much as the next person, but this felt a bit too real. Forgive me, darling. This ended up being less fun than I expected. To finish my story, everyone was brought in for questioning, and I told the officers exactly what I told you. And that's that. Thank you. Oh my, what a scandal. Chess prodigy Alina Dragos using illegal drugs to get an edge. Who'd have suspected? Hope you're not going to use this on your show. Please, who do you think I am? Not so shortly after the girl's passing, anyhow. Okay. Got any gossip about Wendy? Oh my, it seems the alcohol turned off my capacity for drama. I doubt that. It's a tale I was saving for the radio show on the topic of superficiality, but for you, dear, have you ever noticed how Miss Brooker and I make great efforts when it comes to our public persona? Absolutely. Then perhaps you've noticed that we are not alike, although she may wish it so. Can't say I do. My earrings, choker, headband, all chosen for the occasion. I dress for the impression I want to make and the people I will see. Miss Brooker, meanwhile, always wears the same diamonds for every event. Oh, how gauche. When I pressed her on this, she claimed they were family heirloom and had sentimental value. I wasn't convinced, so I examined her earrings and that rock she sometimes wears on her finger. And? They're not diamonds, they're rhinestone. Ooh! As fake as the rouge on my cheeks. Moneyed families can fall on hard times, but they sell off their beach houses and fire their help. They don't pawn the family jewels. Refinement sharpens the senses, and without it, a fake can fool many people, but not everyone. I've said enough already. Don't tell anyone. It will spoil the next episode of the show, darling, and I'll know it was you. Wouldn't dare. What's the recent gossip? Oh, come now, darling. That's not how the game is played. Knowledge is power, and we don't give away our power unless forced. And gossip is knowledge with entertainment value. Spicy knowledge, if you will. What does Olivia have to offer? Well, frankly, a lot. But the one thing she possesses in greater quality and quantity than anyone else in this little city is gossip. And if you want me to give that away, what can you offer me in return of equal value? I could share some of my gossip. Darling, don't take this the wrong way, but if you know something that I don't, I'll have to reevaluate my understanding of the order of the universe. No offence intended. I have a better suggestion. You know, a personal recommendation from an esteemed member of the community, like a skilled bartender, can attract more listeners than 100 posters. Okay, I'll tell them to listen. Very good, and in return I can offer one salacious piece of tittle and or tattle, but only one. The question is, who do you think holds the most interesting secrets? Oh, God. I've already asked about Wendy. Killian. I hear our friend Killian is drying his tea bags out to reuse them because he spent his mummy's monthly allowance on radio cab journeys to impress a wealthy dowager uptown, a dancer called Hannah. Hot Hannah, no less. Does no one in the city know how to look after their money? Okay. I mean, I already knew he was desperate for money. Evening. Witnesses are suspects, yeah. Camille was sitting quite far away from Alina's table. Yep. Ah. She rushed to give everyone a tablet of activated charcoal. It's a common antidote, right? This implies that Fang Bai immediately suspected poison. It's important you fact check everyone's version of events. Okay. How did you find out the place reopened? I passed by this place every day on my way home from work. I saw two gentlemen stumble out the basement door after dark and put two and two together. You live near the boulevard? Not at all. What gave you that idea? The police station's on the other side of the city. I enjoy an evening stroll through the streets after work to clear my mind. Sounds like a good way to find some peace. Oh. Did you get a big promotion? Yes. Solve a big case? Yes. Don't want to talk about it? It's not relevant. Someone like me helped you? Previous bartender was involved, yes, although I wouldn't say their contribution was integral to the outcome. Fuck you, dude. What happened to them? It doesn't matter. Things are different this time. No one helped me get my promotion, mind you. I earned it. A good policeman follows the rule book. A good detective knows how to think out of the box. I'm happy to be your partner. Yeah. What do you think of the police force? In what ways? A career choice compared to the force in Belgium? Compared to Belgium. It's complicated. I've not made my mind up. When I do, I'll share my thoughts. But right now, we have work to do. What's up, puss? Still not dinner time yet. What do you do for fun? Fun? Yes, fun. I wouldn't normally discuss such frivolity while working a case. And today is no different. Oh. Okay. What's your home country like? What do you want to know about it? Do you miss it? It's hard to explain. Okay. Do you go back often? There's nothing for me there now, except my old model locomotives in the attic if my mother's not thrown them out yet. I'd like to visit one day. I'm just trying to butter him up a bit and get him up here. I'll just talk to him about all the things. Wonder how he afforded such freedom in the first place. I don't know. This was Lena's big secret, and Killian Duran, Maria Paper, and Wendy Brooker knew about it. Stimulants can have nasty side effects when taken in excess, so much is true. I think Alina was a little too bright to make that kind of mistake. I do believe this answers some questions about a piece of evidence we already have. Yes, I do. Do you think there could be a connection? Superficial similarities between the two victims, highly doubt they're related. Okay, I mean, she's blonde. Dead often take their secrets to the grave. Luckily for us, we're dealing with the living. Try and find out what she was hiding. Yep. Got it, got it, got it. Killian showed up later than the rest of our suspects, did he? Interesting. If timing played a role in Alina's death, you might just provide him with an alibi. Okay. You seriously spent yes, I am. It's odd. You believe Miss Brooker is wearing cheap fake jewelry. What does that tell you? I mean, both of those, right? She can't tell the difference. You believe she's not all she claims to be. If Miss Brooker is not quite as wealthy as we'd initially assumed, this means she too could be a blackmailer, but we're going to need more concrete evidence. Okay. Need more evidence about that. Yes, when reviewing the case, the charcoal that Miss Byer distributed stood out in particular. How so? Quick thinking and a clear display of knowledge on the subject of dangerous substances. It makes me wonder where she acquired that knowledge and why. Let's press her on this. Okay, but I need her to come into the bar, don't I? Ah, he's no, he doesn't want drinks. Ding ding! You'll now return to your apartment at the end of each day. You can reserve just as before. Okay. And then we go to bed. Okay. Anything else I can click on? No. Blackmail. Someone knew that Alina's drug use. Someone that knew about Alina's drug use had been blackmailing her. Considering she stopped paying shortly before her death, she may have been killed someone desperate for her money. You're desperate. No, you're desperate. No. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. time is it? I think this is where I'm going to stop for the night. For the afternoon. Because someone is about to start getting antsy about wanting some food. Do you want some dinner? You want dinner? Do you? Do you want some dinner? Do you want dinner? Yes? No? Maybe? Do you want some dinner? You want some dinner? Yes, I knew you'd say yes eventually. Yeah, so let me save it. And let's see if... Let's see if there's anyone around to raid before someone rips the skin off my face for mentioning the D word and then not immediately providing. Ow. Let's go see what Zori's doing.
Ulrich.
Just because jump scaring Zori is always hilarious. So, copy the raid message, paste it when we get there. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm really enjoying this game. There's a lot of reading in it. Let me know what you're thinking of it. If you are interested in this game or any other detective games, Steam has got a sale on detective games at the moment. So, go get them all. And also, look up Asbury Pines, ASBURI. Pines. It is a great game, but it's an idle game, so I can't really play it on stream. But yeah, look up that one too. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I don't know when my next stream will be. I'll definitely be streaming on Sunday, but evenings are a bit all over the place at the moment. So just keep an eye out. But until next time, bye bye.